oil is the best way to keep your car running better and lasting longer. By Lifeguard, the group health plan that treats you like an individual.
John Carney kicks off to the 49ers, and it's a short kick, and Dexter Carter, healthy enough to play, takes it at about the 12. Cuts to his right to the 20. He's out to the 30-yard line. So a good return for Dexter Carter before being brought down by Willie Clark, a cornerback for this team.
This broadcast is authorized under broadcasting rights granted by the San Francisco 49ers solely for the entertainment of our listening audience. Any publication, rebroadcast, or other use of description and accounts of this game without the express written consent of the San Francisco 49ers and Blanche Walker is prohibited. Hi, Mom.
So the 49ers go on offense, and by the way, we'll tell you about D. Peters, who won a pair of Southwest Airline tickets on that opening kickoff by Carter, but you didn't win the $49,000 Safeway and KGO. Get into more of that in a moment. But Young passes on first down, left side. Jerry Rice makes the catch, a quick slant in, gets out to the 42-yard line. Tackle made by Darren Carrington. And today's starting lineup is sponsored by Yardbirds Home Centers with 10 Bay Area locations near you for all your needs. A 12-yard gain. Niners offense has Steve Wallace at left tackle, Jesse Sapolo at guard, Bart Oates back at center, and Derek Deese and Harris Barton on the right side at guard and tackle. The receivers are John Taylor and Jerry Rice. The tight end is Brent Jones. In the backfield, Ricky Waters and William Floyd. 12-yard gain, puts the ball out to the 42-yard line. Steve Young at quarterback, drops back to throw, puts it on his hip, short pass over the middle in the hands of Floyd, simply dropped the ball. The coverage was not a factor on the play, as there was a defensive player just off him, David Griggs, the outside linebacker, but incomplete. So let's give you the rest of the lineup. For the defense of the Chargers, it's Chris Mims, Sean Lee, Reuben Davis, and Leslie O'Neill, one of the outstanding defensive groups in the league, known as the Border Patrol down here. The outside linebacker, David Griggs. Inside, it's Dennis Gibson and Junior Seau. The cornerbacks are Darian Gordon and Dwayne Harper. Darren Carrington and Stanley Richard are the safeties. As we come up now on the second down and 10 play from just outside the 42-yard line. Young throws to the left sideline, and out of reach of Ricky Waters, again covered by Griggs. So incomplete in the left flat. The $49,000 Safeway opportunity that you can win for a kickoff if the Niners return the opening kickoff of a half. If you want to pick up your entry form for next game, do it by next Friday at a participating Northern California Safeway Deli Department, and listen to win on Voice of the Niners if you're in San Francisco on KGO. So it's third down and 10 on the 43-yard line. Crowd noisy early here. They know this is a big game. Both receivers line up on the left side. But Singleton now comes over to the near side near Jerry Rice. Taylor stays on the left. Young steps up in the pocket, drills a pass, and Taylor doesn't hold on to the ball.
A little bit behind him, but a ball he should have caught. So Steve Young has had 2 drops on him in this first series.
Wow. Don't see that every day.
Floyd dropped it on first down, and Taylor drops one on third down.
So Klaus Wilmsmeyer, averaging 42 yards a punt, comes in to kick this one for San Francisco from about his 32-yard line. And Darian Gordon, the best there is in the AFC, who's had this year 90 and 75-yard touchdown returns, is at the 15-yard line. Wilmsmeyer hits a wonderful punt, hanging up a very long time. Gordon goes all the way back to his 10 to make the catch, cuts up the left side of the field, and he's not going to go very far as he was brought down after 5-second hang time, by the way, giving the Niners plenty of time to get down there. 47-yard kick, a 10-yard return on that play.
And Plummer was down on the kick for the 49ers. He didn't wait long to make his first hit.
I have a hunch that may occur on occasion today.
Got an injured 49er, Joe, at about the 8-yard line. I can't tell who it is.
It's Tyrone Drakeford, holding his head a little bit. And just a little shook up on coverage there. We mentioned Drakeford got his first start as a Niner down here in August in the preseason, and Humphreys picked on him a little bit. Got a couple of touchdown passes against him. But he's coming along just fine. Still working on him inside the 10-yard line. On the stats picture, the 49ers ended the game with the number 3 offense in the league and the number 5 defense. The defense has gone steadily up the charts, and they are plus 10 in turnovers, which is a great stat, but the Chargers are plus 11, so we don't figure to see turnovers maybe deciding this game. Chargers offense only 14th in the league. Their defense is number 9.
Finding a monitor near you.
So slowly off the field here for Tyrone Drakeford, but he is walking off the field. That's the good news. And now the Chargers will go on offense, and that means Harry Swain is the left tackle. Curtis Whitley should be the left guard. Courtney Hall, an all-pro caliber center. Joe Milenchik, maybe or maybe not at right guard. They never gave us the firm word. Yes, he is in there. And Stan Brock is an interesting story, Wayne. He'll be at right tackle today and lining up against Ricky Jackson, who he played with for 12 years in New Orleans and practiced against every day.
Stan Brock's 214th NFL game.
So the Chargers will begin at the 21-yard line. Sean Jefferson goes in motion to the right, and it's a handoff to Natron Means on first down. You might hear that often today. Stubblefield on the tackle for the 49ers, and also let's credit the man that hit him from the other side as he turns around. That's Ricky Jackson.
They had tight end Aaron Lang in the backfield that time as the fullback or lead blocker. So they've got the 255-pound lead blocker, 265-pound lead blocker for Natron Means back there at this point.
They generally go with two tight ends, and if he's not lining up as a tight end, they'll line up in a fullback, or what they like to call the H-back. Here's Humphreys going to throw now. Pass to the right flat, and it's incomplete. Good coverage on the far side of the field there by Norton as the pass was intended for the tight end. That's Shannon Mitchell, a rookie free agent out of Georgia.
He was the one that lined up in the fullback spot that time as they're rotating the ends, and Mitchell comes out now. So they had three tight ends in that last formation. Two lined up at tight end, and one in the backfield as a fullback in the I formation.
And they're missing one of maybe their best tight end, Dwayne Young, who's out with a groin strain, unable to play today.
Now here's Ronnie Harmon in. Third, ever dangerous coming out of the backfield.
You betcha. As Humphreys drops back to throw on 3rd and 8 from the 23, he gets time to throw over the middle, and the ball is caught on the left side by Sean Jefferson. Deion Sanders ends up making the tackle, but the key was Jefferson had been wrapped up as he caught the ball and wasn't held onto.
Yeah, it would have been short of the first down, but 49ers, they knocked each other off him. Both coming in to make the tackle, and they knocked each other off.
22-yard pass play to Sean Jefferson. Jefferson came over from the Oilers in '91. He's got speed, moves, and potential, but so far, and he's reaching the point where the potential time's about up. His 5th year in the league. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line. Mark Say, the former 49er, goes in motion to the right side. They give it an Natron Means over right guard, and good quick coverage by the 49er defense.
On a counter.
I guess we'll see some of that today, too, I imagine, as Bryant Young, along with Plummer, on the tackle. 3-yard gain.
Stubblefield as well. Down on Means. They run that counter with the off guard and tackle pulling. Lead around the right side.
This time it's a tight end Mitchell lining up in the backfield. Sometimes he goes in motion from that position, sometimes he doesn't. This time the tight end goes in motion. They give it to Means, who is grabbed behind the line of scrimmage, but gets away from Stubblefield. Then the 49ers finish him off as Norton and Plummer and others come up and get him. And he ends up, instead of losing yardage, though, big yardage, he ends up perhaps getting only a yard loss.
Think he's not strong? Dana Stubblefield had both arms around him, trying to throw him down, and Means broke away from him.
You don't see that every day.
Means that 245 pounds, but it's packed on just 5'10" frame. He's a bull.
3rd and 9 at the 44. They've got two tight ends lined up. Only one man in the backfield. Humphreys to throw. Under pressure. Gets the ball away. Good pass. It is complete to Tony Martin underneath Coy Cook at the 44-yard line of San Francisco. First down, Chargers. 12 yards.
Tony Martin, they got from trade from Miami before the season started. Tony Martin said if given the chance, he could be another Jerry Rice.
Maybe if God gave him a different body, they could be as good as Jerry Rice. But we appreciate his lofty goals. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line for the Chargers. No score first quarter. Jefferson lines up to the near side against Deion. Now goes in short motion. Handoff to Natron Means. Cuts back to his left. Bulls ahead. And after Deion Sanders slowed him a little bit, several other 49ers were there to bring him down, including Ken Norton.
Exactly what they want to do. Run the ball with means, and then play action passes, short stuff, control the ball, not take any chances, keep the 49er offense off the field and move those chains. This is exactly what we thought they'd do. No surprise, and they're working it well right now.
That was good for 9 yards, so it's second and about 1.5 yards for a first down as the ball is at the 36-yard line of San Francisco. Handoff to Means, and he gets the first down. Tim Norton makes the tackle, but he's inside the 34 near the 33-yard line. Plummer and Norton.
I'll tell you, they're in field goal range right now with their field goal kicker. They've got a good one, John Carney. He is 30 of 33 on the season, and the 3 misses have been from 48, 48, and 47 yards.
Wow. So they are marching downfield at the moment. This is the 9th play of this drive as they have a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line of San Francisco. No score first quarter. This time Tony Martin out to the left side along with Mark Say, and Humphreys is looking that direction, but instead tried to hit Lang, the tight end, who was well covered by Plummer, who knocked him down as the ball reached him incomplete. But this is a big offensive team for the 49ers to deal with. And if they get to protection, get that ball control working, this will be a tough afternoon for San Francisco. Jefferson out to the right. Say out to the left side with Ronnie Harmon. Merton Hanks is on Harmon. And one man in the backfield, and that's Bieniemy this time. Humphreys drops back to throw. Quick pass, right flat, caught by Jefferson underneath Eric Davis. And Davis thinks he was given another 1 yard or 2 beyond what he deserves, but it's still a pretty good gain, 7 to 8 yards. Make it 6. They pulled it back a little bit. Quick execution by Humphreys here, Wayne, to make sure nobody can get to him.
Yeah, like I said, it's play action, short drop stuff, and getting rid of the ball quickly.
Now they do move it up a little, so it is 7 yards, and the ball's at the 26-yard line. 3rd and 3 at the 26. No score. First quarter. They're in field goal range. 2 receivers out to the left. Say and Jefferson. Another receiver to the right. And an I formation. Handoff to Ronnie Harmon, and a good tackle by Tim Harris, but there's a flag on the play. Holding against the Chargers. On the field. So they got 1 yard out of the play. Tim Harris making the tackle, but this is a 10-yard penalty.
Holding, 72 offense, 10 yards, still 3rd down.
Harry Swain, the left tackle out of Rutgers, a former Buck, Tampa Bay. And with field goal range at issue, the 49ers will definitely push him back.
Yeah, you bet. Now you can tell that was just a conservative call by Bobby Ross and on the sideline. They were going to run the ball twice to pick up the first down.
They've converted on 3rd down twice so far in this drive. It's 3rd and 13 at the 36-yard line. 49ers make contact. Dana Stubblefield made contact with the center, so that might hand 5 yards back to the Chargers. That's the case.
There is no play. Encroachment. Number 94 prior to the snap. 5 yards. Still 3rd down.
So 5-yard penalty, and it's still long yardage. 3rd and 8, but now they're in field goal range. That 5 yards was an important one from kind of a 50-50 shot to one that's pretty good for Carney. So 3rd down and 8 at the 31-yard line. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Humphreys back to throw. Harmon can't get out of the pattern, and the ball is thrown like an alley-oop pass as he's hit as he throws. They tried to get it to Jefferson, and Harris made sure the ball looked like a popsicle going up there.
He hit him blindside from behind just as he was releasing, just before he released, actually. So Tim Harris with a good pass rush. Went to the outside on Harry Swain and hit Humphreys before he released the ball, and Humphreys threw a duck. Surprised it got there.
How about this? With a kicker as good as Carney, Wayne gave you his stats, they're going for it on 4th and 8 from the 31-yard line. 2 receivers out to the left side, Tony Martin and Say. Humphreys rolling to his left. Niners sack him back at the 41-yard line. Harris pulling the trigger.
Boy, I'll tell you why, he just didn't bite on the play action. They faked a run to the right and then bootlegged Humphreys, and Harris, being really smart, didn't chase. He's not going to catch that anyway, and was sitting right there on the bootleg.
So they lose the ball on downs. There's a timeout on the field. There is no score in the first quarter, and we'll be back after these messages.
You know, for years, I've been talking to you about Great Western Bank.
Chevron Supreme with our Tetraline additive. It's a simple way to help make your car's performance a dream come true again. Chevron Supreme. Simply smarter.
Snapple Natural Beverages. America's natural sodas, iced teas, juices, fruit drinks, and sports drinks for people of all ages. Snapple is a unique taste sensation that has to be tried to be believed. Snapple, made from the best stuff on earth.
With its cab-forward architecture, advanced technology, and spacious interior, the Chrysler Concorde family luxury sedan is virtually an automotive design center all by itself. And it's now open for family tours at your Chrysler Plymouth dealers. Chrysler Concorde.
9-yard sack for Tim Harris, and the 49ers get the ball, and William Floyd on a sweep around the left side gets out to the 47-yard line for San Francisco, so a 7-yard gain. And Wayne, I have to question the Chargers' strategy. I mean, they know their team better than I do, but I think getting 3 points right off the bat against San Francisco is worth the crack.
Yeah, especially when you were on a 12-play drive. That was a real nice drive, 12 plays, but come away with no points on it.
So instead, San Francisco has the ball in good field position. Remember the rule that they tried a field goal, they would have had worried about that, of course. Might have been one of the issues because it'd be worse from where the kick was. But on second down now, Ricky Waters takes the handoff and goes nowhere. He has stopped, maybe got back to the line of scrimmage, but the hit was great. Reuben Davis, the first man of several, a 340-pound defensive tackle for the Chargers, made the hit.
And he's just a run stuffer. He is just tough to move out of there. They're big up front, the tackle. Reuben Davis at 340, and Sean Lee, the other tackle, is 300 pounds.
49ers face a 3rd down and 2 at their own 48-yard line. Out to the near side, Jerry Rice against Darian Gordon. John Taylor, McCaffrey, Singleton, all lined up to the left. One man in the backfield, Ricky. They give him the handoff. He bursts up the middle, and he gets the first down to the 47-yard line in Charger territory. Grabbed as he started to go by Willie Clark, a extra DB who was in on that play. 5-yard run.
Junior Seau was keen on Ricky Waters on that play, and Ricky made a good move to get by him and pick up the first down.
First down. No score, first quarter, 5:50 remaining. San Francisco at the 47-yard line of the Chargers with a 1st and 10. Out to the right side, Jerry Rice. Taylor out to the left along with Dexter Carter. Floyd's in the backfield. Back to throw is Young. Gets some pressure, but gets the pass away to Taylor. In the middle of the field, he gets by Seau and then grabbed by Leslie O'Neal as he reaches the 37-yard line of the Chargers. They're about a yard short of a first down. We'll call it the 38.
Number 91, Leslie O'Neal. 9 yards on the pass.
No score with 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. 62,000 on hand here in San Diego's Jack Murphy Stadium. Big game for the Chargers particularly. And there's actually a little margin now with the Cowboy loss yesterday. Floyd and Waters split in the backfield. Jerry out to the left side, Taylor to the right. They give it to Floyd, and he struggles over the left side. Seau makes the tackle, but it's a first down with a good run of 5 to 6 yards.
Here's a Mailboxes, etc. scoreboard update. Let's bring you up to date games yesterday. It was Cleveland helping the 49ers out and beating Dallas 19-14, and Detroit over the Jets 18-7. Big or small, they ship it all for the holidays. There are 2,500 Mailboxes, etc. business service centers worldwide, over 100 right here in the Bay Area. Mailboxes, etc.
Got a final in, Wayne, just popped up. 24-14, Tampa Bay beat the Rams. How about that? 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line for San Francisco. Scoreless first quarter. 2 receivers to the left, Rice to the right side. Floyd out of the backfield, takes a short pass and bounces inside off a Seau to the 28-yard line. And Wayne, that's exactly what the Raiders were doing last Monday night against Seau, because they know if we get him underneath, he can't stretch out with that arm.
Throwing underneath and putting the running back right in front of him with option to go to either side. And Seau missed a bunch of tackles last Monday night.
When he's healthy, that just isn't going to happen, but he just doesn't have the range of mobility, particularly on his left side at the moment.
He had 19 tackles in one game this year when he was healthy. 19.
Second down and about 6 yards to go for the first down. San Francisco's down to the 28-yard line. Handoff to Ricky Waters, tries to sweep to the right. They seem to have him cut off, and they do. They force him out of bounds. Dennis Gibson, the inside linebacker, chasing him out of bounds, and he's out at the 26-yard line after a short 2-yard run.
They were lucky to get that Seau blitz that time, and blitzed, and it was a good call because they blitzed him right at the play, and Waters had to bounce it out.
Gibson comes out of the lineup, and so does David Griggs. And they bring in extra defensive back. Sean Van Horse and Willie Clark come in for the Chargers on 3rd and 4 at the 26-yard line of the Chargers. Taylor to the right side. Singleton in motion out of the backfield. Waters stays in the backfield. Young throws, short pass. Brent Jones, left side, 20, 15-yard line. 1st and 10, San Francisco, as he made a good cut after he caught the ball. Finally tackled by Seau after he bounced off of Clark. 11 yards.
Chargers defensively really protecting deep. They're playing 3 deep zone, and there's a lot of stuff underneath short. And that's where the 49ers have been going here recently, and especially on this drive.
San Francisco, the Chargers 15.
Clark actually hit him just underneath before Seau did on that play. So it is 1st and 10 at the 15 for San Francisco. No score, first quarter, 9th play of this drive. Singleton out to the right with Rice. And Brent Jones lines up on the left. Handoff to Ricky. Breaks to the outside and pushes his way to the 10-yard line where Gibson stops him pretty much standing up. But that's a 5-yard run.
And he got an excellent lead block that time from William Floyd. Floyd really buckled.
Number 57, Dennis Gibson.
One of the Charger defensive players.
Wayne, we're seeing a lot of what we saw last week, and that the Niners' longest play, even as high a score as it was last week, was only 12 yards for a touchdown.
That's right. Short and sweet, Steve Young called it.
2nd down and 5 at the 10-yard line. No score, first quarter. Waters and Floyd in the backfield. Jerry Rice out to the left. And Singleton lines up in what would be a tight end type spot on the right side. Young back to throw. Goes across the middle to Ricky Waters, and it just sort of sailed by his hands with really kind of double coverage on the play. Griggs and Seau on either side of him.
I don't know. It almost looked like Ricky might have been looking around on that ball, going over the middle.
A little short arm there.
Yeah, I think that he was not looking where he should have been.
It brings up 3rd down and 5 at the 10, and Dexter Carter comes into the lineup. No score, first quarter. Oh, boy.
On the replay, the ball just went through his hands, yeah. He was looking around a little bit.
49ers are 2 of 3 on 3rd down. They've got Waters and Carter in the backfield. Jerry Rice out to the left. Dexter goes in motion to the left side. Young, after a play fake, drops back to throw. Left side, Brent Jones. He should get there. Dive. He tumbles into the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers.
Once again, wide open underneath. Brent Jones is kind of delaying out into the left flat. The wide receivers go deep, wide open underneath. Steve Young found him, and then Jones got it at about the 7-yard line, 8-yard line, and then ran to the end zone and then dove the last 2 yards.
He sailed. I think you would need a Saturn rocket booster to be able to get Jones in the air this high.
Oh, he hurdled. That's a great effort.
He was way upstairs on that play. So extra point time for Doug Bryan as Brent Jones continues his finest season as a 49er. The extra point is up and good. San Francisco leads 7-0. Timeout in the first quarter. Back after these messages.
America can depend on farmers.
In San Francisco, it's Josephine Murphy, Eric Liu, and Douglas Tom. In Daly City, Ruben Picardo, Douglas Nubla, and Burton Oakham Jr. In Antioch, Susan Smith. Andre Coleman, an outstanding kick returner for the Chargers. He is number 2 in the AFC in that category. Back inside the 10-yard line is Doug Bryan ready to kick off. San Francisco leads 7-0. Here's the kick, and it's pretty good. It goes all the way back to the 3, and Coleman takes it and heads into the middle of the field, cuts to his left, and is dropped as he crosses the 21-yard line by Anthony Peterson. Good tackle by the 49ers young rookie linebacker. And there's another timeout on the field. 7-0 San Francisco. Back in a moment.
Hey, I didn't know my car could do that.
That Stella can drive, man.
Jeep Grand Cherokee, the first vehicle of its kind with driver's side airbag, standard 4-wheel anti-lock brakes, and an available V8. See your California Jeep and Eagle dealers. Jeep is a registered trademark of Chrysler Corporation. Always wear your seatbelt.
Brent Jones' 9th touchdown catch of the year. A career high has San Francisco ahead 7-0. A minute 20 to go in the first quarter. Chargers go on offense just outside their 21-yard line. Say to the left side. Handoff. Natron Means. And Ricky Jackson grabs him as he crosses the 25, reaches the 27-yard line. 5-yard run.
By number 57, Ricky Jackson.
San Francisco, 8 wins in a row, and even more significant to some of the more conscious of superstitious types in the organization, 10-0 in the current uniforms. 2nd and 5 at the 27-yard line. Chargers gave up on the lightning bolts after they lost to the Raiders Monday night. Handoff, Natron tries to go over the right side, and he gets the first down with just sheer power. Several Niners caught up with him. Ricky Jackson, Kenny Norton, but Stubblefield as well, but he just was too quick and too powerful. 6 yards.
A pretty balanced offense right there. That's a double wing. Now, Means is the only back in the backfield. 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers. So you really can't shift your line toward one tight end or the other. They'll audible and go the other way. So you got to play them pretty straight up. That's what they want. They're right back in it again here.
They just took Mitchell and Lang out as they have 1 receiver out wide to the right side, 2 to the left, and Natron Means in the backfield. Pass to the left side and dropped on an opportunity over to the left side by Mark Say, diving for the ball. It was thrown very low. The coverage was by Deion Sanders, and he couldn't hold on. Mark, though, is their number 2 receiver on the year with 45 catches. And he has absolutely nothing but praise for the 49ers, even though they cut him. He said, they let me play. Nobody else would even trust me after I lost my kidney in that shooting incident. He said, I'm forever grateful, and by sending me to San Diego, now I'm a starter. Wouldn't have happened in San Francisco. Means takes the handoff, goes straight up the middle, grabbed by Ricky Jackson. 2-yard run.
Ricky put a National Finals rodeo tackle on him that time. It looked like a bulldog as he came from the outside. 27 yards now for Means on 8 carries.
It's a good start. End of the first quarter. Safeway Deli Departments.
America's natural sodas, iced teas, juices, fruit drinks, and sports drinks for people of all ages. Snapple is a unique taste sensation that has to be tried to be believed. Snapple, made from the best stuff on earth.
3rd and 8 at the 35 for the Chargers as we begin the second quarter. Their own 35, and Ken Norton timed his blitz a little early. He was trying to time the snap and got in before the ball was snapped. That's 5 yards. He was in full pursuit unless they think somebody moved and he just took advantage of it.
That's the way they're going to call it, I think, on San Diego.
False start. Prior to the snap, the quarterback, hey, Bob, 3rd down.
Head bob by Stan Humphries. Is that anything like a Joe Bob?
Might be.
In fact, actually, the left guard moved a little bit, too, it seems. Remember, that's a substitute, Curtis Whitley, who doesn't play very often because Kakuzo is hurt. So their offensive line is kind of where the 49ers line was early in the year. So it's 3rd and 13 back at the 30-yard line. Only 1 man in the backfield, and that's Ronnie Harmon. Humphries back to throw, goes to the right sideline and throws away over the head of Sean Jefferson. Well covered.
Yeah.
Davis and Toy Cook were all over him, and it's punt time already.
He doesn't overthrow it. That one's picked off.
As is intended for Sean.
Again, you have to look back at that first series when they had that long, slow drive and then passed up a chance to at least get 3 or at least try for 3. And they ended up getting sacked by Tim Harris and nothing. 49ers go for the block, and I thought Drakeford had it. Just got by him. Dexter Carter over the shoulder catch at the 24. Comes up the right side and goes out of bounds at the 31 with several people in pursuit. There's timeout on the field with the score 7-0 San Francisco. Back after these messages.
As you have, like your refrigerator and central air conditioning. And did you know you can actually get major rebates from PG&E for being more energy efficient? You can. And you can find out how simply by calling the PG&E Smarter Energy line at 1-800-933-9555. Learn how to be just as bright, just as warm, just as cool, just for a whole lot less. PG&E. Smarter energy for a better world.
We're back at Jack Murphy Stadium, San Diego Jack Murphy Stadium, named, by the way, for sports writer, very instrumental in getting the Chargers down from L.A. where they first started in the AFL, and also bringing baseball here in the form of the San Diego Padres, which is, roughly speaking, baseball. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. As the 49ers get a pass over the middle to Jerry Rice, and he breaks the tackle and gets further upfield before Stanley Richard, with some help from Junior Seau, stop him at midfield.
Oh, he came close to finding a seam and breaking that one all the way. He caught the ball on a slant in and then did that amazing cut that he can do. He is quicker than anybody off the cuts and turned it upfield and almost broke it. 16-yard gain.
Well, San Francisco, they mark it at the 49-yard line. Steve Young has already thrown his 30th touchdown of the year today. The next one ties Joe Montana's club record. Out to the left side, Rice. John Taylor out to the right. Brent Jones lines up on the left side. Pitch to Waters. Sweeps to the right. Gets upfield. Bounces off of one man. Then grabbed by Seau after Stanley Richard couldn't slow him down. 6 yards.
When's the last time you saw the 49ers run a toss?
That's right.
That's the first time all year. That is a brand new, out of the playbook play.
And we have an injured player. Is that Seau?
And he's holding a knee.
Oh, my goodness. One of the best linebackers in the game. One of the best maybe to ever play the game. And he is hurt. There's a timeout on the field while they work on him. The score is 7-0 San Francisco. Back after this.
You know, I've got nothing against hard work, but every now and then I just like to get away from it all.
If you're using the wrong gasoline,
Second and 4 at the 45. Seau went off under his own power as Young goes to throw down the left sideline. Caught by Rice, leaping catch at the 30-yard line. And just no way Dwayne Harper could match up at 5'11" when Rice went up in the air, 15-yard pass.
Harper all over him in pretty good shape, and Rice manages to hang on as he makes a leaping catch right at the sideline. Harper trying to pull his arms down, trying to knock the ball out of there, and Rice just with his concentration, he's like a vice once it gets in those hands.
And we don't mean Edelweiss. 29-yard line. 1st and 10.
Real weak.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line. Taylor out to the left. Out to the right side, Jerry Rice in the backfield. Carter and Waters pass down the left sideline. Taylor can't get the ball. He would have had to make a one-handed catch. I also think that the 49ers moved early on that play in the backfield. So, yes, 5-yard penalty, illegal motion against San Francisco. Pass was incomplete. We'll see if the Chargers want the penalty or the play.
Illegal motion, number 35, offense, still second down.
Carter definitely moved. Now, he's upset, but he did. And Young's telling him, calm down.
Steve Young, 7 of 11 for 79 yards. Remember, he started out just 1 of 4 as he had a couple drops.
By the way, Jerry Rice, who has gone over the 13,000-yard mark today already in receptions. 1st and 15 at the 34-yard line, and now the officials stop the play before it can get started. Like they want to have a meeting with themselves. Seau is back in. And the officials are discussing it right now. No, is it where the ball's supposed to be? Or is it the down issue? It's a down issue, isn't it? Yeah. Because that after Rice's score, or after his catch, that made it 1st down. And so now the question is it with the penalty, it should be second down. If they refuse the penalty, 1st and 15
First
if
down,
they accept it.
not second down.
Thank
First
you so
down.
much. All right. Referee is Tom White. Ball at the 34-yard line. 7-0 San Francisco. 12:53 to go, second quarter. Hobson came into the lineup for a moment, runs right back out. Jerry Rice goes out to the right. Floyd and Waters in the backfield. Changing sides as Floyd comes up on the left side. Brent Jones lines up on the right. Taylor blocking on the left side, then goes out in the pattern, catches it, crosses to his right, gets downfield and runs out of bounds at the 22-yard line.
Well, they brought John Taylor in tight as a weak side tight end, which they don't ordinarily do. They certainly don't do it very often. He blocked at the line of scrimmage for a count. Linebackers took their eyes off him, then he slipped out, ran a diagonal pattern over the middle and was wide open.
12 yards, 2nd down and 3. The ball at the 22. 7-0 San Francisco, early 2nd quarter. Rice out to the left side, and they're going to give him double coverage, it appears, on this play. Taylor's out to the right. Hand off to Floyd. Floyd breaks through the first tackler and gets down to the 16-yard line for a 1st down, San Francisco. Seau was there on the tackle, and with help from Darren Carrington, the safety. 6 yards. Wayne, during the week, I asked Coach Seifert about that because of the touchdown that they had to Waters last week. I thought was such a different kind of play, and he said, we feel that we're in danger of becoming too predictable. Look for a lot of different things in the next few weeks. Just to give other teams more to think about, and I think they're going to do the same old things. I mean, they work anyhow, but that makes a lot of sense. Waters goes in motion to the left side. Young with a handoff to Floyd, who goes to the right side and bounces off of Dennis Gibson and falls forward inside the 15-yard line with some help from Sean Lee, who goes down with a 1-yard gain.
Sean Lee. A gain of 1.
Yeah, we've already seen a couple of them that you were talking about. We saw that toss to Ricky Waters, and then bringing John Taylor in as a weak side tight end.
Now, that may be an all-time first, that one.
I mean, you're not going to fool anybody by bringing John Taylor in and thinking you're going to keep him in there and block him.
2nd down and 9, 14-yard line, 7-0 San Francisco. Taylor and Waters to the left, and the pass is to Taylor, bounces off his hands, incomplete. There was coverage on the play by Stanley Richard, but it looked like a pass that Taylor might have been able to handle. It was thrown hard, but it was at his hands.
It was about helmet high, maybe just a little bit higher, and he got both hands on it.
For the Chargers.
Young talking to Waters about his cut on that play, where he was supposed to be as well. And it may have allowed too much coverage on Taylor. So the 49ers face a 3rd down and 9 at the 14-yard line, leading 7-0, 2nd quarter. Jones in motion to the left. Young straight back drop, goes to the right flat, has Taylor. Taylor trying to get to the 1st down, doesn't get there. Good work by Seau to prevent the 1st down. They'll be a yard short.
Decision time here. Yeah. Field goal unit or try to pick up the 1st down on 4th down. They'll wait to see exactly. It's going to be about a yard. It looks like an exact yard that they've got to go from where they've got the ball spotted on the sideline.
So the Chargers tried it from much further out on a 4th and 8. Didn't get, in fact, they got sacked. San Francisco's going to try for the yard here on 4th and 1 and maybe really gain control of the game if they can do this. They got to race the clock here, too. They're bringing players in and out. The snap clock is down to 7 seconds, and Young's going to have to use a timeout. He could see it happening, and he didn't want to force it.
San Francisco.
So a timeout on the field. 7-0 49ers 2nd quarter. We'll be right back.
Ask your Kragen Parts Pro for the right fuel treatment to prevent further system fouling. Kragen knows oxygenated fuels can affect drivability. So if you want to improve your car's performance and still help clean the air, well, you know where to go.
Kragen Auto Parts.
4th and 1 at the 6 for San Francisco as they go for broke, leading 7-0 early 2nd quarter. In the backfield, Waters and Floyd. Young backside pressure. Throws the other way. It's almost intercepted by Darian Gordon. Floyd couldn't get free of the coverage to make the catch. And the Chargers take over on downs this time.
49ers didn't fool anybody with that play, with that call, Joe. The offensive line was showing pass the minute they came to the line of scrimmage with their weight back. And if I could see from up here, San Diego certainly did. Yeah.
Timeout, 7-0, 49ers 2nd quarter. We'll be right back.
You know, dear, those lavender shoes look fabulous on you.
What do you want?
Tron Means on 1st and 10 from the 7, and that's good for only a yard as they just try to go up the middle, create a little space there. Dana Stubblefield on the tackle. 10 minutes to go, 2nd quarter. So each team has failed to convert a 4th down opportunity after passing up field goals in this game. Out to the right side comes Tony Martin out of Mesa College, Colorado. Receiver out to the left side, Natron Means in the backfield. And Humphreys throwing from the end zone, goes to the left sideline, picked by Sanders. Then he dropped the ball.
He was in the end zone with that ball.
Absolutely.
If he hangs on to it.
He's kicking it now. He's so frustrated. The ball was in his hand.
He turned back and saw the ball coming from Humphreys, cut in front of the receiver, had it in both hands, bobbled it, had it again, and then finally dropped it. And he would have been gone.
Boy, Say was the intended receiver. Boy, I just can't imagine Deion wouldn't hold on to that ball. That's really unusual. 3rd down and 9 at the 8. By the way, Say was quoted in the papers yesterday saying, Deion can be beaten. If Deion read that, he won't be beaten today. Here's Humphreys throwing down the right side, right into the hands again. The 49er had a chance. This time it was Toy Cook who had an interception at the 18-yard line, and he dropped the ball.
He overthrew Tony Martin. Here's a 10-minute ticker from Southwest Airlines. Green Bay beating Chicago 40-3 the final. And the Giants beating Cincinnati 27-20. Flying from the Bay to L.A., pick Southwest Airlines and pick your airport. Southwest flies from Oakland or San Jose into LAX, Burbank, Ontario, or Orange County with 85 daily flights to choose from. Southwest Airlines is just plain smart.
And here's the punt by Brian Wagner. Carter takes it at the 48, makes a cut to his right, gets back to the 40, loses his balance, and is dropped down near the 38-yard line. Tackle made by a defensive back for the Chargers, number 37, Rodney Harrison. 40-yard punt, 12-yard return. San Francisco begins with superb field position at the 37-yard line. Can you imagine, though, the Niners have 19 interceptions already this year, and they should have had 2 more, except they only one would have been necessary.
Back-to-back plays, right.
But they get great field position, leading 7-0 with 9.5 minutes to go in the second quarter.
Now they need to get some points out of this drive.
So Steve Young starts his team out with only Ricky in the backfield. It's a pitch to Ricky, picks it up on the bounce, sweeps to the right, and ends up with only a yard as he tries to get away from being beaten up by Chris Mims on the sideline.
Yeah, it's that toss again. Second time we've seen it.
The stop at number 21, Darian Gordon.
Gordon also involved in the tackle for San Diego. Just a 1-yard gain, 2nd down and 9 yards to go. Mims is 6'5", 290. Number 1 pick in 92. Spectacularly good pass rusher. So San Francisco has a 2nd and 9. The ball is at the 36-yard line to the Chargers. 7-0 49ers. Rice to the near side. This time against Harper. Fake pitch, left side. Young throws on the run, gets it to Jones, hangs onto the ball, covers up well, gets down to the 17-yard line. Or is that Popson that caught the ball?
Young's pass.
Yeah, Popson caught the ball. So Popson is tackled by Stanley Richard, and he is dropped at the 16-yard line, but nice catch by Popson. And it's a 20-yard gain. So Popson, who doesn't get many chances, Wayne, a nice one there.
Helmet to helmet, too, with Stanley Richard. He lowered his head.
Like that comes from stereotyping. I called Popson without seeing the number, figuring it had to be Brent. He's always the receiver. Here's Young with a handoff to Ricky. Counter play, goes up the middle and gets down near the 12-yard line.
The handoff to number 32.
3 to 4 yards. Sean Lee hit him on one side. And several others involved as well, including outside linebacker David Griggs.
On the stop, number 92, David Griggs.
Clock down to 8 minutes to go in the second quarter.
Now here's a good down for play action pass here. Play action, slant in, go for the end zone.
2nd and 6 at the 12. San Francisco leads 7-0 midway through the second quarter. Rice out to the left side. Taylor out to the right. He has single coverage. Handoff to Ricky. Cuts back. Gets up the middle and goes down near the 7-yard line. Sean Lee, one of the tacklers on the play with Junior Seau.
Number 55, Junior Seau.
4 to 5 yards.
Close to the first down.
Not a bad position to be on the field because they're close to a first down. It's only 3rd down, and they're already inside the 10. Down near the 7. In fact, they're going to get a measurement here.
Yeah, they were at the 7 when they went for at 4th and 1 and failed before.
Now they're all the way back, and they're even closer, and it's only 3rd down. Stretch it out, and they're short. They're a solid couple of feet short.
Run it twice if you have to.
Yeah.
From here.
Some troops come racing in. Eric Castle out of the University of Oregon and Willie Clark out of Notre Dame.
come in on this third down play. Ball's at the 7. San Francisco leads 7-0. Right over the nose of the ball, big old Reuben Davis. 3 receivers line up to the right side, and Rice is the one man to the left. Waters now leaves the backfield, and Young on a quarterback sneak goes to the 4. First and goal, San Francisco, 3-yard sneak.
Spread the defense out, and then let him pick a side he wants to go to on the sneak.
Sean Lee, the tackler.
San Francisco, first down.
This stadium really has quieted down since that first long drive. They're not at all pleased with what they're seeing at the moment.
I think what's quieted down was last Monday night.
You betcha. Yeah. They race Gibson back into the lineup now as the 49ers have a first and goal. The ball's at the 4-yard line. Young lines up Waters and Floyd, and they give it to Floyd, and he doesn't get anywhere. Well hit in a hurry by Leslie O'Neal.
William Floyd, the ball carrier.
You know, the only chink in the 49ers' armor offensively that has surfaced in recent weeks is their inability to pick up short yardage situations for running the ball. You know, banging it in from here on the ground, or picking up short yardage. You know, 3rd and 1, 4th and 1. They've been stopped a lot in those situations when they've tried to run.
Taylor and Rice are receivers to the left, but close to the line of scrimmage. Floyd's in the backfield. Brent Jones in motion to the left side. Young to throw. Quick pass into the end zone. Taylor has it. 49ers have another touchdown. And right now, Steve Young has tied Joe Montana as the #1 touchdown thrower in a single season for the team in their history with 31. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the San Francisco 49ers Radio Network.
Morning News, 5 till 9, weekdays on KGO, San Francisco, Oakland, San Jose.
And Doug Bryan prepares for the extra point. Doug is 48 out of 50 in extra points this season. Here's the snap. Here's the kick. It is up, and it is good. San Francisco leads 14-0. Late second quarter. We'll be back after this.
So you didn't win the lottery, the school raffle, or the bridge game.
See the powerful Dodge Ram, Motor Trend Magazine's 94 Truck of the Year at America's Truck Stop, your Bay Area Dodge dealers, who offer overall the most powerful line of pickup engines on the planet. Andre Coleman, the kick returner. San Francisco leads 14-0. 5.5 minutes to go, second quarter. Coleman takes it at the 4. Cuts to his left to the 15, crosses the 20, and gets out near the 21 to the 22-yard line. This is a young man, by the way, who in only 2 years of high school football had 67 touchdowns and 3,700 yards rushing. And now a little brief skirmish out on the field. No harm, no foul, as Chick Hearn would put it. And so the Chargers go on offense. Down 14-0, 5.5 minutes to go, second quarter. So San Diego, an increasingly desperate team. See what they can do here. Stan Humphries at quarterback. Lines it up with a big tight end in the backfield. Shannon Mitchell, 6'2", 245, along with Natron Means. 2 receivers out to the left side. Nobody to the right, but they've got Papunu, another tight end on the right. Now Jefferson in motion to the right side, and it's a cutback to Means over the left side, and he is grabbed from behind by Bryant Young.
Time now for a Mailboxes, etc. scoreboard update. It was New England 28, Indianapolis 13. That's a final, and Tampa Bay beating the Rams 24-14. Mailboxes, etc. handles your long-distance gift-giving problems in one quick visit, because big or small, they ship it all for the holidays from 100 Bay Area locations.
That was a 4-yard gain, so it is second down, 6 yards to go. Ball at the 27-yard line. Play fake. Humphries to throw. Almost slapped away by Dennis Brown, and then he runs upfield and is tackled as he gets out to the 31 or the 32-yard line. Brown came ever so close, just knocking that ball right out of his hand. Just couldn't quite get there. Tackle made by Ken Norton.
Yeah, once again, 49ers defensive end, like Tim Harris did earlier, did not bite on the play action and was in great shape to play the bootleg.
Well, one of the things we suspected before the game, and that Wayne analyzed as well, was the fact that their receivers are not great players, and that you can really kind of cover them just man-to-man and let the rest of the team worry about Natron Means is really what seems to be happening here. 3rd and 1 to the 32. Pitch to Means. Oh, what a play by Norton here. Breaking through, tackling him before he could even move upfield. Spectacular work. Means is mad at his offensive line now. He's yelling at his teammates. How could you let Norton get in that quickly?
Well, that'll happen in the game, but Means is a little out of line.
Yeah, you'd never do that in your face. That's soccer players do that. 3-yard loss on the play, and I know I did the San Diego Sockers for years. They love to do that to each other right here in this stadium. Here's the punt. And Dexter Carter will take it to the 29-yard line, starts to cut to his right, gets back to the 40, crosses the 40 to the 41-yard line. 4.4 hang time. Tackle made by David Bin, a Cal player who's now their long snapper here. 42-yard punt, 11-yard return.
A lot of, you can just see the frustration start to build in this San Diego team, with Means chewing at the offensive line and the fact that they lost on Monday night and what was their biggest game in a lot of years, national television audience. They could have beat the Raiders. They got to clinch this division, and they're getting a little edgy because they don't win today. They got 2 games left to clinch, and they're not easy. As we mentioned, they're at the Meadowlands to play the Jets, and then they got the Steelers the last weekend of the season. So their collars are starting to get a little tight here in San Diego.
By the way, Tyrone Drakeford was in on that special teams play. He hurt his ankle early in the game, on the first series, in fact, the first special teams play of the day. He's okay, though. 1st and 10 to the 41 for San Francisco. They lead at 14-0. Steve Young, quick play fake. Pass over the middle to Rice was a laser throw. I don't know how he could have done it that quickly with that kind of accuracy. Tackle made by Sayal.
Absolutely like throwing darts.
Just a magnificent pass.
Gain of 14 yards. 1st down, San Francisco, and the Chargers.
14-yard pass play. The timing was absolutely spectacular.
San Diego playing a lot of 3-deep zone. And the 49ers finding the seams.
1st and 10 at the 45 of the Chargers. Taylor to the left side, Rice to the right. Floyd in motion to the left side. And a play fake as Young throws deep middle for Brent Jones. Almost picked by Stanley Richard after Carrington had hit Brent Jones at the 33-yard line as the ball went by. Incomplete.
Yeah, Steve forced that throw a little bit. He got some pressure from Les Miller, who was back at him and threw a pass that he probably shouldn't have thrown.
So it brings up 2nd down and 10 at the 45. Gibson comes out of the game. They bring in extra defensive back. 2nd and 10. Out to the left side. Singleton, Taylor, and McCaffrey. Jerry Rice out to the right against Darian Gordon. Quick pass. McCaffrey makes the catch down the left sideline and all the way to the 21-yard line before Carrington and Stanley Richard combined to make the tackle.
Boy, a great read between Steve Young and McCaffrey. McCaffrey didn't have anyone on him. Young got the snap raised up and got it to him right away. He did not have a defender on him. Young saw it. McCaffrey reacted.
Gain of 23 yards.
And was wide open. Boy.
23 yards.
Young is now 13 of 20, 160 yards.
And we're coming down to the 2-minute warning, and the Niners are content with that. So they'll have a 1st and 10 at the 22. It's a 2-minute warning. It is 14-0 San Francisco. Back after this.
Hi, I'm Brent Jones of the San Francisco 49ers. I've got an important question. Have you ever thought about your most valuable asset? It has to be our health. Now ask yourself another question. What do you do each day to keep your health? Your answer should be Health Rider
and Superstore.
Brilliant. So who's smart?
Out to the left side. In motion goes Ricky Waters. And after a play fake, Young drops back to throw, goes down the left side. And a pass interference, but the ball is caught anyhow at the 7-yard line by Rice, covered by Harper.
Could be on the way the flag was thrown. Now that's on San Diego.
Yeah, Taylor's
not very many officials are going to call offensive pass interference on Jerry Rice at this stage of his career.
Defense at the 4-yard line. Be a 1st down and goal.
15-yard pass play to Jerry Rice, who now, for his great career, is at 800 exactly, and 19 behind number 2, Steve Largent.
Excellent job of staying in bounds. Great throw, too, away from the defender.
5 catches, 74 yards. First and goal at the 4 for San Francisco. Handoff. Ricky Waters cuts back, dives into the end zone. 49ers score again.
Great lead block by William Floyd. 4-yard touchdown run by Ricky Waters.
4 yards, San Francisco touchdown.
Well, this is going to be real frustrating for Charger fans because it's too cold even to surf today. So their team is now down 20-0. 1:51 remaining here in the first half. And this methodical dismantling of opponents right now, at least up to this moment, has been really something to see the last few weeks. Breaking the action here at San Diego Jack Murphy Stadium. 21-0 San Francisco 49ers Radio Network back in 30 seconds. San Francisco 49er football is Francisco, and we're not sure whether the Niners, because of where the ball was, took the penalty or the play. If they took the penalty, Jerry Rice doesn't get the catch, and he's still at 799, marked down from 800. So I think he'll get there. I wouldn't worry about it. So the Chargers ready to return the kickoff here in the home of America's Cup. Boy, it is going to be special down here for the next several months. The preliminary rounds are going to open in just a few weeks. Last night, we strolled by. The whole broadcast crew went by where the Stars and Stripes Dennis O'Connor's ship was in dry dock as they protect that hull from all sightseers. It's a great event.
A great waterfront here in San Diego, too. They've done a great job downtown with the city, too, refurbishing it.
Just looks great. Yeah. Doug Bryan's kickoff. And this one sails into the end zone, and Coleman takes it a yard deep. He comes out the right side to the 10, gets to the 15, cuts into the middle of the field, crosses the 20, gets out to the 22-yard line, and Adam Walker, with help from Mitchell, make the tackle for San Francisco.
The tackle, number 27, Adam Walker.
So a minute 45 to go here in the first half, 21-0.
First and 10 to Chargers.
49ers, by the way, if you are watching while you listen to us again today, you might be aware again that several of the players are wearing these little nose bandage-looking things that are actually supposed to help them get oxygen better and help them breathe better throughout a football game. First and 10 as Humphreys throws over the middle. It's picked off. 49ers pick it up. Ken Norton has the interception at the 29-yard line on a diving catch.
Well, where in the world was Humphreys throwing the ball? There wasn't a receiver near Norton.
He was completely alone. In fact, Wayne, it almost looked like he was just sitting in his zone waiting for the play to develop.
Yeah, I don't get this one at all. I mean, there was no one around.
Pretty close to
he either had to be trying to intentional ground it, because he certainly wasn't throwing it to any receiver, and he threw it right to Norton. Amazing Norton caught it. He made a pretty good catch on it, but he was probably so surprised it was coming his way.
Well, this could get real ugly for the Chargers in the next minute and 38 seconds. That's how much time is left as San Francisco begins at the Charger 29. Young to throw, short pass over the middle. Rice crossing pattern, breaks one tackle, cuts inside, gets down to the 18-yard line, and now he definitely has 800 catches as the tackle is made by Dwayne Harper.
And maybe 801.
Yeah.
We're not sure.
Yeah. In fact, let's call the catch of the game. Let's call that the catch of the game because 800 is a magic number. So that's the catch of the game, sponsored by Kate's State Compensation Insurance Fund, and it was good for 11 yards. So it may not settle the game, but it's another milestone for Jerry. First and 10 at the 18-yard line. Back to throw is Young. Some pressure, steps away, has the ball slapped out of his hands by Leslie O'Neal, and it looks like the Chargers have it back. So they continue to breathe in the football game by getting that ball there. Then we get some unhappy players as the 49ers, Derek Deese, a little upset with one of the Chargers, but the officials step in and San Diego has the ball.
Young never saw Leslie O'Neal, who was coming in from his left. He was looking downfield. O'Neal just reached around and slapped the ball out of Steve Young's hand. He didn't have it up ready to throw. He was moving around in the pocket and had it down a little bit.
53 seconds to go. Chargers avoid utter disaster, and they begin at their 22-yard line. Humphreys to throw, steps up, short pass over the middle, looking for Papunu. Incomplete, and you can hear the crowd. We want to follow up and mention that that catch of the game, the 11-yarder by Jerry Rice, the 800th of his career, sponsored by State Compensation Insurance Fund, preferred by more California employers than any other. Call 1-800-892-6000 or ask your broker for details. And if you tune in tomorrow afternoon on the flagship in San Francisco at KGO between 5 and 6, you get a chance to win a 49er jacket. Humphreys back to throw on second down. He goes to the right sideline, and a comeback catch is good by Tony Martin at the 33-yard line as he caught it right in front of Eric Davis.
But Humphreys just 4 of 13 so far here in the first half.
That arm, Wayne, elbow well wrapped, we noticed as well. Break in the action here in San Diego. This is the 49ers Radio Network back in 30 seconds. And the Chargers have 40 seconds and 2 timeouts to try to score. They trail 21-0. Tony Martin comes out to the right side. They've got a tight end lined up as a wing on the left, Papunu. Harmon is in the backfield. Humphreys throws, drills it deep middle. Good catch by Tony Martin. Down to the 47-yard line. Leaping catch. Davis was right there on the coverage with Tim McDonald, but he made the play anyhow for 19 yards. And they take another timeout, so they're down to 1 remaining with 32 seconds to go.
A gain of 19 yards.
Humphreys, I remember so well how he got to San Diego because he was on the practice field at Crystal Palace. Remember that, Wayne? The 49ers were playing Washington over in England. They took him right off the field, and off he was to San Diego.
Yeah, he made the transatlantic flight before he thought he was going to. Came here to San Diego. Remember when he first got here, how heavy he was, how out of shape he was. They played the Chargers a little later on in that preseason, and then he looked like he's about 15, 20 pounds overweight. He was really the toast of the town here for the first 6 weeks of the season, and now he's starting to hear a few boos.
But it's a lot more than the quarterback. With the injuries that he's had and his line has had, all of this is adding up. So 1st and 10 at the 46 after an 11-yard gain. Humphreys with a deep drop to throw. Goes deep middle and almost picked off by Merton Hanks, who would have had number 8 on the air. The pass over the middle intended for Mark Say.
Well, that's the 3rd interception the 49ers have dropped in this first half. Hanks perfect coverage with Say running across the middle and had this one in both hands.
3 dropped interceptions and 1 that was made by Ken Norton. That's quite a story for the first half. 27 seconds to go. 2nd and 10, 46-yard line, San Francisco territory. Niners lead 21-0. 2 receivers out to the left, 1 to the right side. Humphrey stepping away from Stubblefield. Short pass to Papunu. Flag on the play for holding. He catches the ball, goes out of bounds in front of Tim McDonald near the San Francisco 41. But it looks like a penalty against San Diego. Be surprised if it isn't, but we'll see. In fact, they're talking to Ricky Jackson. That's the case. And right now you want to walk him backwards to keep him out of field goal range, so that's a logical decision. 21 seconds to go.
Holding. Number 74. Offense, 10 yards from the previous spot. Still 2nd down.
Referee Tom White. By the way, just to update you again on the 49er injuries for the day. Lee Woodall with that knee strain has not been in the game. Troy Wilson was inactive today because of the shoulder problems. Same with Mark Logan because of a calf strain that's been a little slow to heal, but Carter healed up quickly enough that he's been playing in his regular role all day long. 2nd and 20 now with a penalty back at the 43-yard line, and Humphreys again with a deep drop. Sets up a screen in the left flat to Harmon. Dennis Brown got turned around on the play. Didn't see him. Could have had him earlier, but he's finally pushed out of bounds at the 49-yard line by Hall. Dana Hall as he gets to the 49er 48. All that running around was only good, though, for 8 yards, and they're down to 11 seconds. So Bobby Ross will see if he can throw one more big play here before halftime, see if they can pull something off. And so the 49ers go into a 6 defensive back lineup. Humphries is back to throw. Goes to the left sideline. Caught by Sean Jefferson at the 32-yard line. Clock is running. 3 seconds to go. They stop it, and they'll have a chance at a long field goal by Kearney. So they take their last timeout. By the way, Woodall's hurt, but he is playing, by the way. He isn't playing as much as usual, but that may also be because of the Chargers lineup. 17-yard pass. Almost never rains. Slight limp, by the way, as Dana Stubblefield left the field. I hope in fact, he's going into the dressing room early. They're taking him down there right now to check him out.
A wrap on his left knee.
So here comes John Connie, ready to kick from the 40, so it's a 50-yard field goal attempt. Left hash mark, what should be the last play of the first half. San Francisco leading 21-0. Holder is Gail Gilbert, the former Cal quarterback, and the backup here. And the kick is up. It has distance. It is good. Kearney hits a 50-yarder to end the half. Chargers get on the scoreboard finally. It's 21-3 at halftime. And we'll be back with the halftime news and other things after these messages.
KGO, San Francisco, San Jose, Oakland. KGO News Talk 810.
For those of you who want the traditional holiday meal without actually having to cook, you're in luck.
This is the Dockers.
Along with Terry Bradshaw, I'm James Brown. At the half, no contest right now. San Francisco is just blitzing San Diego. Tim Harris, well, what's he been doing?
Well, you said blitz. That's not really correct,
That's
JB.
not correct?
They're playing a lot of zone.
21.
Oh, I said the play on words. You know what's good about this? This will blow me away. Jerry Rice now has 800 receptions for over 13,000 yards. Tim Harris, as you know, is picked up, brought in to help give a pass rush for the 49ers, has now got his second sack since in his second game with the 49ers. Each sack represents $5,000.
And let's take a look at how he is doing it. No doubt about it. Let's take a look at Tim Harris.
There's Harris right there. That's the sack that they get up, shoot the guns. There you go. $5,000, please. Thank you very much. Out in the flat. There's Jones. There's a little 5-yard pass. We love those. And now the big guy. Go get him. Up, up. There you go. Touchdown, Brent Jones. Down on his head. You got to love that.
Using his head.
Steve Young now. I believe that was his 30th touchdown pass. This is his 30th first. Over the middle, little hook, little zone route. John Taylor sits down in there. Steve Young having a phenomenal year.
San Diego looking like they're in trouble right now to try to clinch their second AFC title in the last 3 years.
Not been able to get done what they want to get done. They're scoring no points again.
All right, 21-3, San Francisco on top. That one at the half. Okay, moving out to Tempe, Arizona. A 1-point lead. The Cardinals are nursing over the Redskins. Buddy Ryan's team trying to stay in the playoff hunt.
Got them playing hard. Ryan's team 6 and 7 straight of play action. Hold the linebackers. Tighten up the safeties. Don't let them get over and help those corners out. And then throw it deep. There it is right there. Look at that safety. Can't get there. Ricky Prohl. There you have it, JB. 48 yards touchdown. And that's all you're going to need in this game. Too much defense for the Cardinals.
I wish we had time to elaborate because you really like Ricky Prohl.
I like him a bunch.
A bunch. Okay, we'll leave it at that. Okay, let's move along and talk about Minnesota and Buffalo. Minnesota comes away with the victory in the last seconds of this game here. Buffalo's loss means Cleveland clinches. Take a look at Jim Kelly.
There it is. That's one of those Pennsylvania great quarterbacks out of the pocket. Finds Don Beebe. 9-yard TD reception. Great concentration there. Buffalo up 17-9. Allen in. That makes it 18-17 Minnesota. And then you're going to see Kelly as he's hit by Thomas here. Right on the knee, sustained. I guess he got a stretched ligament MRI tomorrow morning.
Yeah, no question about it. Let's hope he is okay. Again, the MRI tomorrow morning. We'll reveal greater details on that one. Okay, so Minnesota does win it 21-17. Buffalo loses. Cleveland clinches a playoff spot. The Raiders are leading 6-0. That one late in the second quarter. And Seattle is blanking Houston. That one also in a second. Back with more after this. All right, and welcome to Hollywood along with Terry Bradshaw. I'm James Brown, and welcome to the Dockers Halftime Report. Green Bay, big victory over the Bears.
Packers had a great day. 100-yard rushing for Bennett. Nice day by Favre. Here you see my man Steve Walsh has the ball dropped in the air. It's picked off by Leroy Butler. 51-yard interception return down to the 4-yard line. That led to a 4-yard Edgar Bennett run. Bennett over 100 yards rushing on this day. Sterling Sharp, a big day. Quick post in the middle. Safety can't get there. 13-yard touchdown reception. First one of the day. Here's the second one. Favre back. Boom! Guns it out in the flat. There he is. Inside. Over the safeties. 22 yards. Second touchdown reception by Sharp. Big win today by the Packers.
And Bill Cowher's team into the playoffs 3 consecutive years.
Nice job. O'Donnell down the middle. There's your man, Andre Hastings, touchdown reception, 18 yards. Steelers had to go to 4 wideouts due to the injuries of their backs. Cunningham, lots of pressure over the middle. And Darren Perry, interception return of 38 yards. Steelers still up by 4, 7-3. And then finally, John L. Williams comes in, takes the handoff, over the guard, touchdown, 14-3 Steelers.
5 straight losses by Philadelphia, 3 straight victories by Tampa Bay.
A long handoff right, fake, keep, go left, safety gets out of the middle. And then there it is, Erickson down the middle of Charles Wilson. Look at him go, 71 yards. Tampa Bay looking good at the end of the season here. That's one. You think that was good? Let's do it again. This time, hey, JB, 44 yards. Where's the safety? He's nowhere to be found. Look at this, Tampa Bay, my God, my team next year to go to the Super Bowl.
Next year.
Next year.
Wilson just as exhausted as you are.
Yeah, that's fun, isn't it?
I love it. But the Rams and Bucks are both out of the playoffs. Hey, but still in the playoff picture, New England limited Marshall Faulk to 76 yards on the ground, total yardage that is, by Indianapolis, and the Patriots win it 28-13. At the Meadowlands, the Giants win their 4th consecutive game, now are at 7-7, the same record as the Philadelphia Eagles. Those two teams will meet next week at 4 o'clock right here on Fox. And also next week on Fox, Jimmy Johnson is supposed to make his decision about going to coaching or TV. Terry, you believe it?
The great Brad Rack.
Brad Rack
wants to know, what does Tampa Bay, Philadelphia, and Fox Sports Television have in common?
And the answer is?
That's Jimmy Johnson. We're going to find out. Really, I don't know if we're really going to find out. He says he's going to say next week, folks, whether he's going to stay with us or whether he's going to coach again. And I tell you what, I got a feeling he's going to be right here. I hope he is.
Brad Rack, a.k.a. Karnak, will also push him into a decision. We'll be back with more Doctors Halftime after this. Brad Rack.
They're going to beat that price by 5%. Well, I've been calling all over trying to find lower prices, but I keep coming up empty. Every place I call charges more than Kragen. Check water pump prices, spark plug prices, even check the price on a master cylinder for my old pickup. Kragen is always cheaper. But listen, I'm not giving up. I'm going to keep trying until I find a store that sells something cheaper than Kragen. But for now, well, like I said, I'm tighter than a rusty lug nut, so you know where George C. Hawkins is going to go for his parts.
Kragen Auto Parts.
Snapple Natural Beverages, America's natural sodas, iced teas, juices, fruit drinks, and sports drinks for people of all ages. Snapple is a unique taste sensation that has to be tried to be believed. Snapple, made from the best stuff on earth.
Big B Lumberteria is your source for the world's finest lumber and building products and all-star service, too. Big B Lumberteria can cut your lumber to size and deliver it right to your job site. See Big B Lumberterias in Oakland on High Street, Pacheco on Pacheco Boulevard, and in Brentwood on Brentwood Boulevard.
Here's the kickoff. Coleman waiting for it at the 2-yard line, and he crosses the 10, up the middle of the 15, cuts to his left to the 20. He's out to the 30. Bryan ripped him up, and they throw flags. Bryan seemed to reach out and trip him as he was on his return. Flags were thrown, but Doug Bryan again comes through with a big tackle.
He saved the touchdown, that is for sure, because it was him, no one else.
Well, we found out that tripping's okay if you got the ball. Remember the Steve Young play earlier this year. Calling it against San Francisco. Let's see what they call this. Chargers are going to start out.
Tripping, number 4, during the return, 10 yards, first down.
So how come it was okay to tackle Steve Young earlier in the season?
That was a soccer move there that Doug Bryan put on him.
Well, that's right. He was trying to mark the man closely. And so the ball is at the 42-yard line of San Francisco. Chargers have superb field position. But I always thought the tripping was just plain illegal, and then when it was allowed by, I think it was New Orleans that was guilty of it against the 49ers' Steve Young early in the season, they said that was okay. So here they're saying it's not okay. And the officials are still discussing the issue. 21-3, San Francisco as we begin the second half of this game. By the way, Wayne gave you the first half stats. One thing that was interesting was total yardage of the Chargers, 120. This is what's happening to their offense. They are under 300 yards total, 5 straight games entering this afternoon. That's not going to win too often in the NFL.
No, when you figure that Steve Young passes for about 300 yards alone every week.
There's referee Tom White. Well, no new decision from Tom, but the ball is going to be at the 42-yard line. Chargers get a big opportunity to climb back into this game. They only scored on the last play of the half with a field goal, and they really avoided total disaster because the Niners had a turnover after the Chargers coughed up the ball inside the 30.
The official now has come all the way over to the San Diego Charger bench, back in behind it, and going to the telephone.
Well, he's going to find out upstairs that tripping is okay, is what he's going to find out, I think.
Yeah.
I think that's what the issue is being discussed here. So either the official was wrong back in September, or these guys are wrong right now. So a little Jeopardy music will bring us right up to date here. Tom White calling upstairs to get a ruling from the supervisor of officials who's on site, and we don't know who that is today. For $500. Tripping is all right in.
What is tripping?
Yeah, what is tripping? So Tom is making a local call as we all sit here and wait it out while he discusses things upstairs. They're now showing the play by Brian on the scoreboard that he did commit the trip. Now White has gone back to Bobby Ross and is going to explain to him where they're going to put the ball. And Bobby Ross says, "That's not where I want you to put the ball." And Tom White coming back out of the middle of the field.
At one end of the stadium is not operable. In this situation, the play clocks will be turned off, will be kept by the field judge on the field. At some time in the future, if they become operable, we'll put them back in.
You mean all that was over the clock and not the play? So we didn't even have the right answer or question. We never do well on Jeopardy with that kind of a performance. What they're having a problem with is the snap clock is out at one end of the field, and so now they turn them out at both ends of the field until they find out that they're both working. They won't give one team or another the advantage. So maybe we can even play football game here soon. We got a moment. We can just tell you some of the things that have happened in the NFL today and how significant they are in terms of the playoff picture. Minnesota beat Buffalo. Wayne, you got maybe we can just give the scores. Tex, you got a scoreboard here?
Well, I know that the Rams and Tampa Bay beat the Rams, but they were both eliminated today.
Yeah. But Tampa, that's 3 in a row for Tampa for the first time in probably their lives. Pittsburgh came back to beat Philadelphia 14-3. The Eagles have now lost 5 in a row. Randall Cunningham says he wants to be traded and look elsewhere. And Rich Kotite is probably going to have to get his resume ready the way things are happening there. But Minnesota won a very big game against Buffalo because the Bears lost again today. Minnesota is now in first at 9-5. The Bears dropped 8-6. Detroit's 8-6, and Green Bay's 7-7. So that division is not settled yet.
They're making a correction in the tripping enforcement. We'll back it up 5 yards, which is the spot of the infraction. It'll still be a first down.
So they're moving the ball back. Apparently they still agree that tripping is illegal, but that the ball was just placed in the wrong place, and it'll be at the 47-yard line. And now Stan Humphries is asking Tom White, how well do you play Jeopardy, Tom? So he goes back into the huddle, and eventually we will begin again. as they come up to the line of scrimmage for the 1st and 10. By the way, to remind you, it's 21-3. This is the first series of the 3rd quarter. John Jefferson in motion to the right, and Humphreys goes straight back to throw. Throws to the right sideline. Nice catch by the tight end over there, Shannon Mitchell, who had to jump over the bench after Lee Woodall pushed him out of bounds. Many of the Chargers saying that it was a late hit, but they are not going to get a penalty flag.
Hit was okay. Woodall shoved him a little bit after they'd gone out of bounds. They made contact inbounds, but when they went out, Denny, a little extra shove.
You're probably right. 5-yard gain. 49ers defense out of position for a minute. Woodall moving over to the far side to cover Papunu, but it's a handoff to Natron Means. He goes over the right side. McDonald stops him as he gets to the 38-yard line of San Francisco.
The tackle, number 46, Tim McDonald.
They have put the lights on here in San Diego as the sun has gone away. Was out briefly this morning.
Comes Steve Hendrickson in now on offense, Joe.
One of our all-time heroes, Wayne,
yeah,
right?
One of the guys we
Love
like.
that guy. Yeah.
I wouldn't go so far as to say hero.
No, but for his effort, I think he's special.
I do too.
But all right, he's not a hero. But he's a great special teams player. And maybe never more so than the Magic Night and the Monday Night Football game as they measure here for a first down. When the 49ers came way back to beat the Rams, that was the night that John Taylor played. It was Hendrickson and Wesley Walls that created the fumble that eventually led to the win for San Francisco. But they used Steve on special teams, linebacker, H-back, fullback. And the ball at the 38-yard line is just short, inches short of a first down.
We will use that. Numbers 64 and 72 are reporting as eligible for San Diego. 64, 72.
So Whitley and Swain are both lining up in an eligible position on this play. They have tremendous beef in the lineup right now as they go for this on just extremely short yardage, just a few inches. And it's a handoff to Natron Means. And what a hit by Brian Young, and I think he stopped him.
Yeah, but they got to go for it again because field goals are not going to do them anything at this stage of the game. So 4th and 1, and they're going to line up and go at it again, I'd bet anything.
Yeah, they're changing the offense, though. They're bringing in Say, Jefferson, Tony Martin, Ronnie Harmon. They lost a yard, so it's 4th and longer now, 4th and like a yard and a half. They had nothing but tight ends and linemen in there on that play and lost yardage. So it's 4th down. Ball's back at the 39-yard line. Jefferson in motion from the right. And here's Humphreys to throw. It is complete to Papunu for the first down. Tim McDonald makes the tackle at the 34. 5 yards.
They put that ball right on the platter for Papunu.
He's missed 2 of the last 3 weeks with a knee injury, but has played a lot more today. 49ers line up Dennis Brown on the left side, Ricky Jackson on the right. Bryan and Stubblefield are inside. Actually, Rhett Hall's in there right now. And Humphreys fumbles the ball and is landed on immediately by the 49ers at the 34-yard line.
Recovered by Humphreys.
A ragged start, isn't it, for this second half?
Boy, yes.
Official delays. Can't make a foot. Fumble a ball.
Okay.
Brian Young landed on him. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10, 34-yard line. 12:20 to go, 3rd quarter. So Stubblefield is not in there right now. It is Rhett Hall that's in there with Brian Young inside. Humphreys to throw to the left side. Has Say, makes the catch. Caught it underneath Sanders and got close to a first down. He's just a little bit short. The Chargers can create a ball game here if they score a touchdown. Got about 9.5 yards. It's 3rd and short. Say's first catch of the day. Mark out of Long Beach State.
64-72.
And they go back to the beef again, and now they're looking at the clock rundown with 4 seconds to go, and they have to use a timeout. So there's a timeout. 21-3, San Francisco will be right back.
The first clue that I was in trouble came 3 days into my business trip.
Concord family luxury sedan is virtually an automotive design center all by itself, and it's now open for family tours at your Chrysler Plymouth dealers. Chrysler Concord.
Health Rider is the only full-body exercise machine recommended by fitness expert Covert Bailey. Test ride a Health Rider at mall locations throughout the Bay Area or call for a free video demonstration at 1-800-33-RIDER. Health Rider, the total body fitness machine. 1-800-33-RIDER.
3rd and a half yard at the 24-yard line for the Chargers, down 21-3 early third quarter. They've got a double tight end in motion. They give it a Natron Means, and he should have enough for the first down with just a drive up the middle. One of the reasons, of course, in fact, probably the main reason that Rhett Hall is in there right now is that Stubblefield, who left the field just before halftime, has not come back, and I can't even find him on the sidelines yet. Whether they're still downstairs or what, I don't know. First down Chargers, by the way. And they're at the 23-yard line of San Francisco. They trail 21-3. Tony Martin goes out to the left side. Mitchell at tight end is a wing on the right outside Papunu. Goes to the left side outside the other tight end. Handoff to Means. Sweeps to the left. Gets by Jackson. Chased out of bounds by Ricky Davis. But he reaches the 17-yard line. 6 yards.
Aaron Lang, the tight end, over on that side blocking on Ricky Jackson and had a hold of his jersey, got away with it. Jackson couldn't disengage to make that tackle on Means.
2nd down and 4 at the 17. 21-3. San Francisco, 10 minutes to go, third quarter. Now they line up Mitchell as a tight end in the backfield. Handoff to Means, tries to go up the middle, and the 49ers read it and stop him cold. Boom, straight on Brian Young, who's done that as well as anybody has done for the 49ers all year, even as a rookie.
He's had an excellent season, and Ken Norton in as well on that tackle. 41 yards, 16 carries for Natron Means.
So they face a 3rd and 4 at the 17, but we're already at a time of the game where they probably will always use 4 downs. 9th play of this drive. Means comes off the field, and so Ronnie Harmon is in there. Papunu, the tight end, lines up on the right. Marksay is a receiver outside of him, and now Harmon goes in motion to the right. Humphreys throwing on the run. It is complete to Harmon, who steps out of bounds for a first down at the 12, just in front of Kenny Norton.
The play is similar to the one that the 49ers run with Jerry Rice when they put him in motion, and he kind of parallels the line of scrimmage. Cuts downfield and then parallels the line of scrimmage. The quarterback rolls out that way. Very hard to stop.
Martin goes out to the left. Only wide receiver in this play as they line up 2 tight ends and a wing tight end. Papunu in motion. Handoff to Means. Up the middle. Burst to the 5. Burst in. Touchdown, Charger.
He just ran over some people. Ran through and over some people that time. Eric Davis hitting at about the 5-yard line, but didn't slow him down a bit.
Might have hurt himself a little bit on the play.
He's getting a little excited here now.
And Natron is limping, but it's a 12-yard touchdown run. And now what seemed to be a rather innocuous moment in the game when Kenny Norton intercepted and set up the 49ers to score before halftime, where they were sure to get almost certainly at least 3. But then they lost the ball back, and the Chargers got 3. Now sort of jumps out at you a little bit as this game goes to 21-10 if they get the extra point. And they're not going to go for 1. They're going to go for 2. Eric Bieniemy comes in. A spread offense. 2 receivers to the left and 2 to the right side. Humphreys on a quarterback keeper tries to drive to the goal line and doesn't get there. Quarterback draw fails, so they settle for 6. It is now 21-9. We'll be back after these messages.
Your needs. It's a free.
Can depend on farmers.
In Cupertino, it's Richard Dunn and Pierre Apan. In Palo Alto, Nicholas Laporta and Nick Laporta. In Fremont, Jack Mulcahy, Mark Bromley, and Tom Nelson.
Ready for the kickoff, 21-9. Kearney will kick from our left to our right toward Dexter Carter. And the ball hangs up a good long time, but it's short as Carter takes it the 11, cuts in the middle of the field to the 20, goes to his right, gets out to the 25, and that's as far as he'll go as Stanley Richard stops him just short of the 25-yard line. So suddenly this becomes a big series for San Francisco with 9 minutes to go in the third quarter of 21-9.
Stanley Richard, along with number 37, Rodney
Chargers can definitely feel themselves climbing back into the game here.
First and 10, 49ers.
A good drive here by the 49ers would really prevent the momentum from turning entirely in the Chargers' favor.
Begin at the 25-yard line. Floyd and Waters in the backfield. Taylor to the left, Rice to the right, Young to throw. Deep middle pass is complete to Jerry Rice, and he is out to the 42-yard line. Caught it near Darian Gordon, and it's a 17-yard play.
Time now for a mailboxes, etc. scoreboard update. It was Minnesota 21, Buffalo 17 this afternoon, and Pittsburgh beat Philadelphia 14-3. Big or small, they ship it all for the holidays. Yes, that's mailboxes, etc. And they'll pack your gift to withstand the rigors of travel. Stop by the one near you. There's 100 Bay Area locations.
801 for Jerry Rice. First and 10 at the 42-yard line. Split backs, receivers left and right. And offside, it appeared, against the Chargers. Reuben Davis came running through, and he'll see if he can convince the officials that the 49er player moved on the line. And maybe he did.
False start.
That's right.
Number 74, offense, 5 yards, moving prior to the snap, first down.
Steve Wallace. But it's still first down, and it's 15 yards instead of 10.
Raiders lead Denver 9-3. Denver just can't beat the Raiders.
Never.
Never.
Wonder if Elway's even playing.
Don't know that.
First and 15 at the 37-yard line. Just Floyd in the backfield as used Waters as a receiver to the left. Pass to the right side to Brent Jones. Makes the catch, beats Seau up the right side, and he's down inside the 40-yard line of the Chargers. And you can see on that play what's wrong with Junior Seau as he couldn't reach out and grab him.
Yeah, pinched nerve, losing strength in it. I think, is it his left arm, Joe?
Yeah.
And you got to give Brent Jones credit. You know, people don't for his speed. He can really turn it on. But Seau tried to wrap him up with that left arm in front of him, and it just didn't work.
Worked fine for Brent. 27-yard pass play. First and 10 at the 36-yard line of San Diego. Rice out to the left. Here's a reverse to Rice. Rolls to the right side. A great block by Young. Springs him upfield to the 25, to the 20, down inside the 17-yard line. Stanley Richard makes the tackle. 18-yard play.
Excellent block, though, by Steve Young on Chris Mims, the defensive end. He gets that block every time on that reverse. And he doesn't do a little screen block. He goes in and takes him down. He cut him down.
18 yards.
So San Francisco is back in business. They are at the 18-yard line, first and 10. Leading by a score of 21-9, 7 minutes to go, third quarter. No receiver out to the left. Brent Jones, the tight end, lines up over there. Handoff on a counter to Ricky. Goes up the middle. Stopped quickly by Seau with some help as well by Sean Lee. And let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the San Francisco 49ers Radio Network.
An unequaled Air Force of reporters.
Jetcopter A-10 overhead.
Bay Area's best traffic team. Weekday mornings 5 to 9 on the KGO Morning News from KGO, San Francisco, Oakland, San Jose.
6.5 minutes to go, third quarter. 21-9, second and 6, 14-yard line. Taylor and Rice both out to the left side. Young rolls left, throws on the run. Jerry Rice makes the catch at the 10. Drags the defender. Gordon with him to the 5. It'll be first and goal for San Francisco.
Young's pass complete to Jerry Rice.
Looks like 9 yards, depending on where he actually stepped out. Going to put the ball just about the 6.
Get him 8 yards.
So 8-yard gain. 6:15 to go, so this becomes a very big moment in this football game, just as the Chargers were starting to feel some momentum going their way. Niners look like they're taking it away again. Taylor and Rice out to the left side. Split backs. Handoff to Ricky. Cuts to his left. Bounces off and gets to the 3-yard line. Leslie O'Neal brings him down there. 3-yard run.
Tackled by number 91, Leslie O'Neal.
Here comes Ted Popson in the game to set up a double tight end situation, which would lead you to believe that the next play called will be a run as John Taylor goes out. And again, this is the area we told you that the 49ers have not been real strong in, punching it in on the ground in this area.
Second and goal at the 3 with a tight end on either side and a wing. That's Jerry Rice. Handoff, Waters sweeping left. He doesn't have any room and loses grounds back to the 5.
Absolutely nothing there.
Well, now they come up with a 3rd and goal and lose 2, so it's 3rd and goal at the 5. And now go back to a receiver-oriented offense. I think that might have been a great time for a bootleg on that last play. With Young fooling by going to the right side because they really had it set up to the left. Let's see what they do here. Taylor and Singleton are to the left side, Rice to the right, Waters in the backfield. Give it to Ricky, up the middle, only to the 4 as he's caught by Lee, and they'll have to settle for a field goal. So as Wayne pointed out, I'd hate to be picky on a team that's playing this well, but they are having problems at the goal line recently.
Well, it's just short yardage situations, picking it up with the run. And, relying too much on the pass to get everything done in those critical situations.
23-yard field goal attempt by Doug Bryan between the hash marks. It's a 21-9 game. 23-yard attempt by Doug. Here's the snap. Here's the kick. It's up. It's good. San Francisco takes a 24-9 lead. 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Back after this.
As cool as your red top and favorite hot spots. It's something with hometowns and everyone's class clown. It's always been true. This buzz for you.
Just for you. A taste you'll find in no other beer at any price. Beechwood Aged Budweiser.
Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Here's a great gift idea for all the sports fans in your life. NFL Cologne, a great new men's fragrance that comes in a collectible bottle with a hand-painted pewter helmet of your favorite team. And the scent, well, it's sensational. It opens with a burst of citrus and dries down to a rich masculine vanilla and sandalwood blend that women like too. NFL Cologne, a winner this holiday season. You'll find NFL Cologne at your local Walgreens, Longs, and Rayleigh's drugstores.
JCPenney Simply for Sports and Apex present Eye on the NFL.
I'm on TV every week, but no one ever recognizes me. My autograph would be worth a few bucks if anyone ever asked for it. Heck, I can walk right through Fisherman's Wharf without even turning a head. I'm Brent Jones. You know, the 49er. Number 84, tight end? Okay, so maybe you don't know. That's why I've been wearing my authentic NFL Pro Line game jersey everywhere I go. Problem is, I just blend in with the crowd. Everyone is wearing NFL Pro Line gear from Apex, like sideline jackets, 49ers caps, and polos from Apex. Hey, everyone is getting their authentic NFL Pro Line by Apex at JCPenney Simply for Sports. Well, except for me. I get mine from the Niners. Same place I got my Super Bowl rings.
Eye on the NFL is brought to you by JCPenney Simply for Sports and Apex. Simply for Sports is an official NFL Pro Line retailer featuring the real clothes of the pros and dressed professionally in Apex apparel. It's what the pros wear.
Doug Bryan will kick off, and Coleman will return it. He'll take it at the 5-yard line in the middle of the field. Goes to his left, gets to the 20, and says hello. A big hello from Anthony Peterson. Second outstanding special teams tackle of the day by Peterson. Timeout again. It's 24-9. We'll be right back.
Vera, we found you here in a baby clothing store, and it looks like you're about to enter the market, huh?
That's right.
How far off are we talking here?
Well, due today.
The baby is due today?
Yep.
Well, let's make this quick then. As an expectant mother, have you had any use at all for the Pacific Bell Smart Yellow Pages?
Well, I've had him out a few times.
Yeah, huh? For what kinds of things?
Oh,
looking for a changing table and beginning some research on daycares.
Got to start thinking about that already. Yeah. Preschool, all the things. And probably
I should have signed up last year.
Oh, yeah, sure. A little bit
Before
late.
I was even pregnant.
Anything else you look for in here?
Oh, and the diaper service.
The diaper service. Okay, diaper services are coming back, huh?
Yeah.
You ever look for anything you haven't found in the Pacific Bell Smart Yellow Pages?
No, not that I can think of.
And not even any strange cravings you had during the last 9 months, huh?
No.
Well, let me say, if it's not in here, it probably doesn't exist.
That's right.
Well, you're all set, thanks to Pacific Bell Smart Yellow Pages. And the baby, you say, is due today.
Due today.
Well, we won't hold you up then. Okay.
We're out walking right now, trying to get it going.
Don't jiggle around like that. Come on, you make me nervous. Come on.
Wow, I can't believe it. You actually went out and bought yourself a Jeep Wrangler.
Yeah, I did. I was calling my name,
That's
really.
incredible.
I was calling Johan.
Your name's Ralph.
Well, my middle name is Johan.
I didn't know that.
With a J.
You know, when I see Jeep Wranglers, I always think of people who want to have fun.
I'm a fun guy.
Yeah, right.
Okay, remember the time I wore my underwear backwards?
How could I forget that?
Like those little rap guys?
Yeah, so funny.
Or the time you phoned me and I told you had the wrong number.
What a
You hung up.
wacky guy, yeah. Whenever I picture somebody in a Jeep Wrangler, though, I see, muscly guys with their shirts off, the wind whipping through their hair,
Well, I've got a crew cut.
And they're always out four-wheeling in the wide open spaces.
Got a large lane behind the house.
With a great-looking girl beside them.
It just so happens I have a four-wheeling date tomorrow, okay?
No kidding. That's great. You going to take the top down, you think?
I don't think so. It'd be a little cold for,
Mom?
For Mom.
Yeah.
The Jeep Wrangler you've always wanted is waiting for you right now at your California Jeep and Eagle dealers. Test drive a Jeep Wrangler. It may well be the most fun you can have in a 4x4. Jeep is a registered trademark of Chrysler Corporation.
First and 10 to the 22 for the Chargers. Charles Mann in on the defensive line right now for San Francisco. Humphreys one man in the backfield. Bieniemy stands in the pocket as the ball slapped down, I think, by Mann. It was either Mann or Brian Young. They were both right there.
Brian Young.
Incomplete, of course. That's the first time today, Wayne, they've been able to do that.
First one they've got. They early in the game got some good pressure on him, got back in his face. And he's not a tall guy. Humphreys isn't. That was Bryant Young who knocked it down, so he'll have trouble throwing if you get back in his lap a little bit.
Second and 10 at the 22, and after a play fake, Humphreys drops back to throw and goes to the left sideline, and as a receiver, his tight end, Shannon Mitchell, makes a fine catch, and Merton Hanks can't bring him down until he reaches the 42 of San Francisco. Here they come again.
Yeah, it had to be a blown coverage of some sort because he was wide open over on that right sideline, the far sideline. Lined up in a slot back position on the left side, angled out to the flat, turned it up, and nobody was there.
36-yard catch for a guy who was a spectacularly good college tight end receiver at Georgia, but had only 8 catches entering today's game for San Diego. But they're at the 42-yard line now of San Francisco. Tony Martin to the right, Jefferson to the left side, play fake. Humphreys goes back to throw, throws way down the left sideline, and nobody will catch this one. Martin closest to it from the Chargers standpoint, but from San Francisco's standpoint, Deion Sanders was much closer to it. Say was not in on that play. He comes in and Jefferson leaves. Jefferson's a big name in San Diego history. John Jefferson. He's a great player here. Second and 10 at the 42, 24-9, 3:10 to go, third quarter. Niners up. Humphreys with a handoff. They give it to Bieniemy over the right side, and he only squeezes to the 40-yard line where Gary Plummer makes the tackle. 2 yards.
Number 32, Eric Bieniemy.
Bieniemy, of course, probably delighted to find out that his successor won the Heisman Trophy yesterday. Rashad Salam, who went to Country Day School down here in San Diego. It was a front-page story today that he won the Heisman.
They played 8-man football
at
that
about
school.
That, huh? Third and 7 at the 39-yard line for the Chargers. Say goes in motion to the left side where they already have 2 receivers. Humphreys back to throw, goes to the left side. All alone, Tony Martin makes the catch. Deion Sanders makes the tackle, but they're at the 29, and that's good for 9 more.
Merton Hanks. Mistake on defense. I saw Merton right after the play point to himself as Jefferson was wide open. Nobody on him. That's the second blown coverage on this drive by the 49ers defensively.
Chargers move to a first and 10 at the 29-yard line.
And now they're trying to change their players in a hurry. Ronnie Harmon lines up as a slot to the right side. Wide receiver is Say. Another receiver out to the left, Martin. Straight back drop for Humphreys. Looks around. Quick dump off to Natron Means. He's grabbed by Lee Woodall. And even with that, and with plenty of help, he draws an extra yard or two by his sheer strength.
Yeah.
Near the 23.
What a load he is.
7 yards. We're down to just over a minute to go in the third quarter, so the Chargers are not eating up big yardage. They're doing it very slowly and methodically. So if this fails to produce, they're going to find themselves in trouble. Jefferson out to the left side. Mark Say out to the right. Charles Mann lines up on the left of the line of scrimmage. And it's a handoff to Natron Means, and a good read by Tim McDonald, who came up from a safety spot, sort of reading a running play all the way, and made the tackle over a 2-yard loss.
Not often you see Means go backward. He did that time.
9-6, Raiders lead Denver in the third quarter. Well, the Chargers down to 30 seconds to go in the third quarter with a 3rd and 5 at the 25. Courtney Hall, their fine center, leads them out of the huddle, out of Rice. Out to the left side is Sean Jefferson, and out to the right, Mark Say. Niners bring Woodall up on the line of scrimmage with their down 4 linemen. Humphreys drops back to throw, drills a pass. It is caught at the 16-yard line by Jefferson. Sanders drops him there. But that'll be another first down for the Chargers as we come to the end of the third quarter. A 9-yard pass play. End of the third. We'll be back for the fourth after this from your local station.
KGO, San Francisco, San Jose, Oakland. KGO News Talk 810.
He opened up the store, fitted me with 3 pair of trousers, and went ahead and hemmed them while I waited. Got me on the road again in less than an hour.
When you spend your hard-earned money at a store, shouldn't you expect a lot from that store?
Price isn't my first concern. It was the quality of service I got from your people.
Do you know where these men
Another surprise is the disappearance of Tim Harris, who had such a great first half, and I am not sure he's played at all in the second half.
I don't remember seeing him out on the field.
And right now, the 49er pass rush has really been very soft here in the third, and now as we start the fourth quarter, we'll see what happens. Tight end Papunu in motion to the right side. Bieniemy in the backfield. Play fake. Humphreys rollout pass. Gets it to his tight end. Woodall makes the tackle on the far side on Shannon Mitchell. And he does get out of bounds at the 13-yard line. 3-yard gain.
Tackle number 54, Lee Woodall.
As right now, certainly the Niners lack a pass rush. And the Chargers are very close to being a big factor in this game if they get a touchdown here. So it's 2nd down and 7. The ball's at the 13-yard line. Wide receiver out to the left is Tony Martin. Tight end in motion, and movement on the line by Lang, the tight end for the Chargers, is going to cost him 5. Flying out of New Mexico State, a 5th-round pick this year, and playing primarily because Dwayne Young is hurt. They have 4 tight ends on their roster.
False start. Number 84, offense, 5 yards, moving prior to the snap. Still 2nd down.
Lang is summarily dismissed from the lineup by his mistake as he goes to the sideline. 2nd and 12 at the 18-yard line for the Chargers. First minute of the fourth quarter. It's 24-9 San Francisco. Tony Martin out to the left side along with Say. And here's Humphreys back to throw. In trouble. They've got him. Stubblefield, or I should say Brian Young, brings him down at the 24-yard line. Came around the backside and grabbed him.
Continues, as we mentioned earlier, just really strong play by that rookie at defensive tackle. And he's just relentless. He plays a lot like Stubblefield. You know, they both just keep coming. They get their sacks like that, second effort sacks. They hardly ever, because they don't have the quickest moves in the world, beat their man right away. They beat it by second, and they get those sacks with second and third efforts. Just keep coming.
6-yard loss. It's 3rd and 18 back at the 24-yard line. Receivers left and right as Humphreys goes back to throw. Tim Harris almost had him. Throw down toward the end zone. Incomplete. Norton was on Harmon, and Deion Sanders was coming over to help. It brings up 4th down and they will definitely settle for a field goal here.
That was a good rush that time by Tim Harrison, defensive end on the right side. Hit Humphrey on a shoulder pad just as he threw.
So Kearney, who has a 50-yarder today, will now try a 42-yarder. Looks like they're going to put the ball right down on the 32-yard line, left hash mark. So 42-yard attempt by Kearney to get him within 12 points. Here's the snap. Here's the kick. It is up, and it is no good. Kearney misses. A rare event.
Only his 4th miss of the year.
Timeout, 24-9, San Francisco. Back in a moment.
Yeah. Hi, I noticed your sign out.
And did you know you can actually get major rebates from PG&E for being more energy efficient? You can. And you can find out how simply by calling the PG&E Smarter Energy line at 1-800-933-9555. Learn how to be just as bright, just as warm, just as cool, just for a whole lot less. PG&E. Smarter energy for a better world.
San Francisco begins 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line. Steve Young drops back to throw. Little pressure from Sean Lee, but he gets the pass away to Ricky Waters, and he's caught by who else? Junior Seau at the 35-yard line, 4-yard pass play.
Young wanted to go deep that time, but nothing downfield as San Diego continues to play 2 deep and 3 deep zones to protect from the deep bomb and giving Young things underneath. And that's where he's been going most of the day. He has thrown a ton of passes that have been less than 10, 12 yards. He's 18 of 25 for 228 yards now.
So it's 2nd down. Ball at the 36-yard line. 2nd down and 6. Young back to throw. Deep middle. It is caught by Taylor. Remarkably open, by the way, and he gets to the 44-yard line where he's tackled by Stanley Richard. That's a 1st down for San Francisco on a 20-yard pass play to John, who's having a pretty good day here. I want to point out that earlier we forgot to mention that when Doug Bryan did kick a field goal for San Francisco, the 23-yarder, that's another $500 for the Make-A-Wish Foundation for your Bay Area Dodge dealer. Timeout on the field, 24-9. We'll be right back.
Do you hate to see those monthly service charges on your checking account statements? Do you realize they can add up?
See them today. 49ers begin at the 44-yard line of the Chargers, leading 24-9 with 12:40 to go. Handoff, William Floyd over the right side, and they try to tackle the ball, but don't get it. Gibson on the tackle with Griggs on that play. Also some help from Les Miller, the former New Orleans Saints, who may have grabbed him first. 4-yard gain for San Francisco. Miller had some great years with New Orleans, but before that he was here.
Yeah, he actually started here, Joe. He started out on the replacement team. Remember in that 1987 season, those 3 games? He was one of the guys that was on the replacement team, and from there worked his way onto the regular squad and has had a great career.
Are you listening, baseball players? 2nd down and 6 at the 40. Back to throw, Steve Young. Takes his time. Short pass over the middle to Jerry Rice. Catch is made. Griggs makes the tackle. He has forward motion to the 35. They'll come up less than a yard short of a 1st down.
Jerry Rice.
A 5-yard gain.
8 catches for Jerry Rice now, and we have him over 100 yards at 101. Well, the numbers that he's going to end up with.
So that's 48 games over 100 yards, Wayne, in his career. Is at 101 right now.
Everybody that has a record, a pass-catching record in National Football League is just renting it right now.
Even Art Monk said that when he said it yesterday. The consecutive catching games, 178, I think. 3rd and 1 at the 35. More like a foot. We give it to Floyd, and a slow developing play does not get the 1st down.
Well, I've talked about it 3 or 4 times today.
Yeah.
Now I think they got to go for it again.
Well, it'll serve two purposes. One, they're outside field goal range. There's no point in punting at the 35-yard line. No. Keeps the clock going. It could be down to practically 10 minutes even if they don't get it. They're still up by 15.
The only time they've converted here in a short yardage situation today with the run is when Steve Young did a quarterback sneak. And you can't live on that either.
So out to the left go Taylor and Rice, and Young does it again.
They live on it.
You can live on it. He makes it work again, this time over left guard.
Here's a 10-minute ticker from Southwest Airlines. A partial, Seattle 16, Houston no score at Houston, and Arizona 14, Washington 6 at Tempe. Flying from the Bay to L.A., pick Southwest Airlines and pick your airport. Southwest flies from Oakland or San Jose into LAX, Burbank, Ontario, or Orange County with 85 daily flights to choose from. Southwest Airlines, it's just plain smart. They're going to measure this, huh?
Yep.
It looked like he had it by a good ways on his first surge.
Not even close. In fact, the marker on the 49ers side of the field, which is the far side of the field, was actually much further up than where the first down actually was. They were a lot closer to it than I think anybody in the ballpark realized. So it's a 1st and 10, and the clock moves down to 10:15 to go. 24-9 San Francisco. Rice out to the left side, Taylor out to the right. Floyd and Waters in the backfield. Hand off to Ricky on a counter. Finds a little room over the left side and gets down to the 29-yard line. If they can pick up a few first downs with this kind of play, they're in great shape. Stanley Richard makes the tackle, their number 1 pick, 91, the Sheriff as he's known.
Because
he actually has a badge from a...
he lays down the law.
Lays down the law?
On the field.
But he has a sheriff's badge, too, you know. From his hometown in Texas, they gave one. Probably after he was called the sheriff. I shot the sheriff. 2nd and 5, 29-yard line. Young will throw. Steps up, drills it, deep middle. Great catch by Rice. Gordon brings him down at the 9-yard line. But another improbable but logically effective play by San Francisco, because you know somehow Rice and Young will make it work. 20 yards.
And offensive line gave him a lot of time to wait for Jerry Rice on this one. It was a short drop, but then Young had to move around in the pocket and wait for Rice to come open over the middle. And the offensive line kept people off him.
Chris Mims hit him just as he threw the ball, but it was too late. 9 in a row right now for Mr. Young. 1st and goal at the 9. What could be the put-away drive of the game. Young short drop pass right flat. Ricky Waters dives to the goal line. Is he in? They're going to say he just missed. Waters just missed the end zone.
He was diving for that orange pylon that's right on the corner, and it looked like he hit it. But if his knees were down before he did, then they'll mark it there.
Dennis Gibson, a linebacker, couldn't come close to catching him when it happened, and he dove, but he was already out of bounds. It seemed to me that his body was out as he reached out. But anyhow, here's the Niners at the goal line to put it in, and Floyd carries in for the 49ers score. A little dive over right guard. And now at 30-9, with 8:20 to go, this issue is about settled.
That was a great drive by the 49ers that time. Good job by the offensive line all the way down.
Doug Bryan in for the extra point.
Ten-play drive.
Wilmsmeyer the holder. Bart Oates is the snapper. And the kick by Doug is up and good. So 8:20 is all that remains, and San Francisco opens up a 31-9 lead back after these messages.
Friends fly free, friends fly free. Everybody talking about friends fly free.
Reagan Auto Parts.
We're back, and here's the kickoff. The 49ers leading 31-9. This time it's taken by Coleman about a half yard deep in the end zone. He comes up the middle of the field, cuts to his right, crosses the 25, gets out to the 27-yard line, and that's where the Chargers will begin. But they have an awful lot to do now to get back into this one. Tyrone Drakeford on the tackle for San Francisco. Timeout on the field. We'll be right back.
You go home with him.
I didn't know my car could do that.
That Stella can drive, man.
Jeep Grand Cherokee, the first vehicle of its kind with driver's side airbag, standard four-wheel anti-lock brakes, and an available V8. See your California Jeep and Eagle dealers. Jeep is a registered trademark of Chrysler Corporation.
49ers on defense. Dan Humphries back to throw on first down. Little short pass goes nowhere because Norton is right there to grab Ronnie Harmon as he catches the ball, and they end up losing 5 or 6 yards on that play. Going to mark it 5. And now San Diego's got to fight the clock along with everything else.
Yeah, it was an excellent pass rush again that time, though, by Tim Harris, who was back there all over Humphries.
2nd and 15 back at the 27. They'd started this series on their 32. Humphries to throw. Goes to the left sideline. Tony Martin makes the catch at the 40. Steps out in front of Deion Sanders as he gets out to the 43-yard line. So that's a first down for San Diego. 7.5 minutes to go. 21-yard pass play to Martin. He had a 99-yard touchdown reception against Seattle in September. That's as many as you can get. Well, they come racing up to the line of scrimmage with a 1st and 10 at their own 43, down 31-9. Receivers left and right. Jefferson to the right side. Humphries to throw, short pass. Tim McDonald makes the tackle as the pass is complete to Papunu, the tight end, out at the 47-yard line, 4 yards.
Stop by number 46, Tim McDonald.
They operate without a huddle. 2nd and 6 at the 43. Humphries deep drop. Here comes Harris, but he gets the ball away, and it is caught. Great play by Martin inside the 30. He's to the 20 and out of bounds in front of Sanders at the 19-yard line. Make it the 18.
Good throw by Humphries that time. Again, good pressure by Tim Harris. Looked like Deion was playing the ball and went for the interception on this one. He was looking back at the quarterback on this one, Deion was, and allowed Tony Martin to get behind him.
Good for 38 yards, and now the Chargers are in the scoring zone. But they trail 31-9 with under 7 minutes to go. And now, with the clock down to 5 seconds.
Please reset the play clock to 25 seconds, and both clocks will start at the same time.
Again, this is something that we've talked about a lot, and the NFL has to do something about. Any long pass play leaves the next play up for grabs for the offense. There's no way,
6 minutes,
the way they use the clock,
seconds,
that they can get time to snap the ball in 25 seconds. You can't get the team to catch up with where the play is. And it's a terrible disadvantage. And so Humphries made his case, and the referee bought it on this one. The snap clock was down to 5 seconds, but the game clock had run down on him is what had happened. That was wrong. Humphries back to throw. Deep drop. Now he goes for the end zone. Oh, and it should have been caught by Say. He went up in the air. It was high, but he had his hands on it and wasn't hit until after the ball sailed past him. With the Niners in coverage down there, Toy Cook closest to him, I guess. There were a couple of 49ers on either side of him.
Yeah, it was Cook who was in there after the ball was thrown.
So an almost on that one. John Jefferson out to the right along with Mark Say on 2nd and 10 from the 19. 6:26 to go, 31-9. In the backfield, it is Ronnie Harmon. Humphrey straight back drop. Harris almost had him. Now Ricky Jackson comes. Now he gets away from Rhett Hall. Now he throws it out of the end zone over Dana Hall, incomplete.
Tim Harris is the pass rush right now.
You got it.
He has been back there consistently here in the last 6-7 plays.
They're going to call roughing the passer. That's the signal.
Yeah, they called it on Tim Harris.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. San Francisco. Half the distance to the goal. 99.
They're calling for roughing because he used his helmet.
Okay.
He used his helmet and got him right in the chin.
Well, they give him half the distance, so the ball goes down to the 9-yard line, and they've got a 1st and goal. They're a long way back, but this gives them a little chance if they can score right away. 2 receivers out to the right, 1 out to the left side, Say, and it's a draw instead to Harmon, and he is dropped by Tim McDonald. Loses a yard on the play with 6 minutes to go. They don't have a lot of time for runs.
The tackle, number 46.
They need 3 touchdowns to get into this game, with 5:55 to go.
Loss of a yard.
Second and goal at the 10-yard line. Barnes is a new receiver in the game, out to the left. Humphreys throws across the middle for Say, and it's too high. Covered by Dana Hall, incomplete.
Intended for Mark Say.
Oh, and Hanks.
But here's where, Wayne, even on last Monday night, I thought I saw Humphreys not feeling as confident about this kind of an opportunity. His passes right now are as poor as they've been maybe since early in the game.
Yeah.
And he's really been sharp for a while. Third and goal at the 10-yard line. Jefferson goes in motion to the right side. Tony Martin's already over there. Humphrey straight back drop. Big pressure from Toy Cook. Gets the ball away. And is it caught or trapped by Martin? I guess they're going to say he caught it at the 1-yard line in front of Eric Davis. But they didn't get in, and it's 4th and goal.
One of the few blitzes of the afternoon by the 49ers, the safety blitz that time. So the ball will be marked on the 2-yard line, where it brings up 4th down.
And the Chargers must score a touchdown. Timeout on the field, back at
gasoline. Natural sodas, iced teas, juices, fruit drinks, and sports drinks for people of all ages. Snapple is a unique taste sensation that has to be tried to be believed. Snapple, made from the best stuff on earth.
4th and goal at the 2. 5.5 minutes remaining. 31-9, San Francisco. A must score right here for the San Diego Chargers. They've got Mitchell, Papunu. 2 tight ends lined up on the left side. Running back is Bieniemy. Now they move Papunu and Mitchell over to the right. Keep a receiver to the left side. Send Jefferson in motion. He goes back to the right. Humphreys rolls to the right. Wants to throw. There's been a flag on the play. Caught by Martin. Touchdown for the Chargers. If the penalty is against San Francisco.
Flag on the field.
Apparently it is against San Francisco. So Tony Martin makes the catch, and the Chargers get themselves their second touchdown of the day.
Number 54 defense. Lined up in the neutral zone. Penalty is declined. Touchdown.
That's Woodall that was called for the penalty. That'll be ignored. So Tony Martin, who was 5 years with the Dolphins, the last 5 years as a reserve receiver, and in pretty much the same role here, gets himself a touchdown catch nonetheless. And for him, it's his 5th of the year. And they're going for 2 points. Humphreys drops back to throw. In trouble. Gets away from one man. Throws. And it's picked off in the end zone by Deion Sanders. And there's no reason to run it back because the pros don't have the college rule of the defensive score where you can get 2 points out of running a play like that back the other way. So there's
counts as an interception, though.
Yes. Breaking the action here at San Diego. This is the 49ers Radio Network, back in 30 seconds. San Francisco 49er football is sponsored in part by Southwest Airlines. Flying the low-fare airline is just plain smart. By Farmers Insurance Group. Call your local Farmers Insurance agent for your free Farmers-friendly review. By Health Rider, the total body fitness machine. By your Bay Area Chrysler Plymouth dealers. And by Lifeguard, the group health plan that treats you like an individual. At Lifeguard, your health is our business. They are calling a penalty on San Francisco that's going to negate Deion's interception, move the ball half the distance, and let the Chargers try it again.
Number 36, half the distance to the goal. We'll replay to try.
What did he call, Joe? I didn't see it.
Illegal crack to the back, he said. Is that right? Illegal use of the hands. Illegal use of the hands on defense. So, in effect, like defensive interference. So it's half the distance, and they'll try it again, and so Deion doesn't get the interception. Now the officials take a break. These officials have had an awful lot of meetings today, huh?
Yeah, pretty loose.
Like they're just really not sure of a lot of things in this game. That the illegal contact penalty against San Francisco goes half the distance. Sanders would have had his 5th interception for San Francisco if that one had stood up. So we'll try it now with the score 31-15 and 5:28 to go as they go for 2. Humphreys over center. They use a double tight end and a tight end in motion like an H-back. Handoff. Bieniemy won't get there. Sweeping to the right, Merton. Hanks read it and just cut him off completely. And so the Chargers trail by 16 points with 5:28 to go at 31-15. So still a tough road ahead if they're going to pull this game out.
Yeah, we'll see an onside kick.
Yeah, they're going to have to now.
Yep, that's for sure.
By the way, there's an unusual circumstance in this game that I think will be real interesting to Northern Californians, because I don't remember any kind of a game that would have this kind of a turnout from two schools, particularly ones that are certainly not football factories but have had their share of success. Cal and Stanford combined have 9 players in today's game. I think that's a remarkable statistic. Plummer, of course, as you know, former Charger and with Cal. Steve Hendrickson has played with the 49ers, is now a Charger. He was at Cal. Doug Bryan was at Cal. Gail Gilbert was a Cal quarterback the day of the famous lateral game. Rhett Hall, defensive lineman for Cal. Darian Gordon, cornerback for Stanford. Ed McCaffrey, receiver at Stanford. Chris Dahlman, center and guard at Stanford. David Bin, 4-year long snapper at Cal. That's unbelievable. And the next game here for the 49ers, well, actually not here, but elsewhere, will be at home against Denver next Saturday.
Saturday game.
Saturday did not appeal to Dallas yesterday. The Niners, if they hang on and win this game, will have to win only one of the remaining 2 games to keep the home field for the playoffs. Now, we are assuming an onside. The Niners certainly are. The kick will come from Carney from the 30. But instead, he pops it.
Surprise, really.
Taken by Carter at the 10-yard line. Cuts to his left to the 20, gets to the 25, out to the 30, and steps out of bounds just short of the 30-yard line.
Now, you tell me why you do that as a coach.
Makes no sense.
The only chance you've got to win this game is get the ball back right away.
In fact, Wayne, even more significant, you can't even make the case that says stop them 3 and out. They've only got 1 timeout left.
That's right.
That does not make any sense. But not that San Francisco is going to apologize for it.
Now, Steve Young, 22 of 29. To this point, he has hit his last 10 passes in a row.
He begins at the 30, leading 31-15. Has Floyd in the backfield with Ricky, who gives him a nice block to spring him outside to the right, and Dennis Gibson makes the tackle as they get out to the 37-yard line.
It's the second really good block in a row by Ricky Waters. He got an excellent block on William Floyd's touchdown run of the 1-yard run, and then that was a great lead block right there.
Ricky's changed his game this year, there's no doubt, and he's doing a lot more things and doing it better and better. Second down and 3 at the 37 with 4:45 to go. Floyd and Waters remain in the backfield. 2 receivers out to the left side. Quick pass. Jerry Rice makes the catch, gets across the 45, out to the 48-yard line. Darian Gordon makes the tackle for the Chargers. But it's good for 11 and another first down.
Yeah, Darian Gordon hauled him down just in time because he was just about to go into warp speed after he caught that. 132 yards now on 10 catches for Jerry Rice.
Can't go into warp speed without trilithium crystals. That's according to the new Star Trek Generations movie. So the ball's at the 47-yard line. 4:05 to go. 31-15 San Francisco. A dark gray afternoon now with the lights on here at the ballpark. Handoff to Ricky. Bounces outside. Gets away briefly and then is grabbed by Gibbons really at the line of scrimmage. Gibson.
Waters, the ball carrier. Right at the top to number 57, Dennis Gibson.
So the clock is going to pretty well settle this issue now with 3:40 to go. Second down and 9. Chargers have only the 2-minute warning and 1 timeout to deal with that can help them at all here. Out wide to the left side is Singleton with Rice. Both receivers out to the left. Hobson is the tight end. He lines up on the right. Waters and Floyd in the backfield. Young rolls to the left. Quick pass. Nice catch by Jerry Rice on the left side. And he is about 2 yards short of a first down as he reaches the 44-yard line to the Chargers. 3 minutes to play.
Now to the Chargers' 44-yard line.
So the Niners letting the clock go as long as they can between plays, leading 31-15.
So this will make
Steve Wallace is limping right now, Wayne.
Staying in there, though.
Yeah, he sure doesn't want to leave, but you should be real careful with him at this point of the game. Handoff to William Floyd up the middle, gets nowhere, just back to the line of scrimmage.
And on to Floyd.
So they didn't get the first down.
Chris Mims. And Dennis Gibson.
2:26 to go. And the whistle stopped the play here for something here for a moment. Was that the Charger timeout?
I think so.
And it is not a first down unless I think the officials may have stopped the clock to measure. Yeah, that's the case. So the officials stopped the clock. Because I didn't think he was that close to it, but in fact, yeah, now they apparently are going to bring it out, see if they got it. Doesn't look like they've got it, but got fooled earlier because one side of the field's chain gang wasn't the same as the other. Ooh. Well, missed it by a good solid 1.5 feet. So with fourth down, 2:26 to go. They're in Charger territory at the 43-yard line, but they lead at 31-15. No indications that the Niners will punt. They are 1 of 2 on fourth down.
There is no charge timeout to San Diego. They can come off that timeout because of the measurement. Therefore, they are not charged. Fourth down.
So San Francisco hasn't made up their minds apparently what they want to do yet either. But Young's staying in there now, so after this play, you'll get down to the 2-minute warning. Clock starts up again after the measurement. Now the Chargers do call a timeout to keep the Niners from getting it down to
San Diego.
So there's a break in the action here in San Diego. This is the 49ers Radio Network, and we'll be back in 30 seconds. San Francisco 49er football is sponsored in part by Budweiser. This is a good time for you to break open an ice-cold Beechwood Age Budweiser. By PG&E. Looking for a new home? Look into an energy-saving PG&E California Comfort Home. Call the PG&E Smarter Energy line at 1-800-933-9555. By Chevron Gasolines with Techrolene, a simple way to help take care of your car. Chevron, simply smarter. And by Great Western's family of companies, $37 billion in assets. 100 years strong, Great Western will always be there.
Time now for a mailbox, etc. scoreboard update. Games in progress. Seattle still leads 16-0 at Houston in the fourth quarter now. And it's Arizona 14, Washington 12 in the fourth period at Arizona. Big or small, they ship it all for the holidays. There are 2,500 mailboxes, etc. business service centers worldwide. Over 100 right here in the Bay Area. Mailboxes, etc.
Wayne, one of the most amazing stories of the NFL year could be still to develop. We'll talk about it in a minute after this play. Is 2:21 to go. 49ers have 4th and 1. They get the first down. The game's done. Brent Jones back in there. He's in motion to the left. Young getting backside pressure from Griggs, but the pass is complete to Jerry Rice. He's got the first down. That's going to about do it as he gets to the 39-yard line. Rice's catch total now is way up there. He's up to 12 on the day with 143 yards.
And Steve Young is over 300 yards now on the day. Don't tell me you're gonna think that Arizona is going to make the playoffs. I'm just guessing your big story. Yeah.
If they win today, they're 7-7.
Yeah.
So if they go 9-7, they are very likely to make the playoffs. Who would believe it? Holy smokes.
Young has a streak now going of 13 completions in a row.
San Francisco. It's their first yard timeout.
49ers took a timeout for whatever reason with 2:16 to go. So I guess they felt they would have had to snap the ball before the 2-minute warning anyhow. Well, now this great story that everybody would love to see because Buddy Ryan is so beloved. Washington has moved ahead of Arizona 15-14 late in the fourth quarter.
Way to jinx them, Joe. But, and another one almost like that is the Raiders with a great chance.
They could win the division.
Yeah.
That would really be a story if the Raiders were to win the division. But with the Chargers losing today and having a terribly tough game on Christmas Eve against Pittsburgh, and were to lose that, and who knows, what if they get bad weather in New York and lose? They can lose 3 in a row. First and 10, 39-yard line, Charger territory. San Francisco 31, the Chargers 15, 2:16 to play. Handoff goes to Ricky Waters, sweeps to the right, gets past the first line of defenders, and then steps out of bounds at the 29-yard line in front of Carrington and immediately says, why did I do that?
Why did I go out of bounds?
Yeah. But he got another first down, so it's a 10-yard gain, and it won't make any difference. 2:10 to play. Be sure to listen to the 49er wrap-up for the Lifeguard 49er player of the game when we finish this one up. Anyways, it's been for a long time, it seemed like a fast game, but then the officials got into this meeting mode, and everything just seemed to slow down here a lot. First and 10 at the 29 for San Francisco. Out to the left side, Singleton. Handoff to Ricky to the left side, and he just falls down in front of Leslie O'Neal. Probably a wise decision as we reach the 2-minute warning. Yard loss on the play, and we'll be back after these messages.
Snapple Natural Beverages, America's natural sodas, iced teas, juices, fruit drinks, and sports drinks for people of all ages. Snapple is a unique taste sensation that has to be tried to be Snapple Natural Beverages, America's natural sodas, iced teas, juices, fruit drinks, and sports drinks for people of all ages. Snapple is a unique taste sensation that has to be tried to be believed. Snapple, made from the best stuff on earth.
2 minutes remaining here at San Diego Jack Murphy Stadium. And Elvis Gerbach will finish off the game for San Francisco as they lead it 31-15 and have a 2nd and 11 at the 30-yard line of the San Diego Chargers. In the backfield, Lavelle is in there, and the ball is lost. Fumble on the play, and it looks like Derek Deese came up with it for San Francisco. No, Wallace came up with the ball. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. It's the San Francisco 49ers Radio Network.
Northbound 17, heavy up to Highway 85.
The Bay Area's best traffic coverage during the KGO Morning News, 5 till 9, weekdays on KGO, San Francisco, Oakland, San Jose.
So the ball stays right at the 30-yard line. The rule, the famous Dave Casper rule that was put in effect because of a play at this ballpark with the Raiders, is that the person who recovers the fumble cannot advance the fumble. It has to be where it was fumbled. Here's a pitch to Adam Walker, who goes around the right side.
And he goes out of bounds.
Landed on by Darian Gordon. Gets down to the 24-yard line. Minute and a half to go. A little closer than that. He's at the 20, we'll say 23. How about 22? Would you believe 21? No, 22 yards. Minute 36 to go. So Saturday, it's the Denver Broncos and Elway, who had a bad ankle and wasn't sure to play today. If he did or not, the Raiders look like they're going to win that thing now at 20-6 in the fourth quarter. That'll make it 11 out of 12 for the Raiders over the Broncos. Here's a pitch to Adam Walker to the left side. He squeezes down to the 20-yard line with a minute and a half to go. 2-yard run.
The ball carrier.
And so the Chargers get it on downs. That was a 4th and 2. And San Diego, though, is not going to likely win this thing. 31-15, a minute and a half to play. Charger fans don't think so, apparently, based on the fact that they are long gone.
Yeah.
The finest Southern California traditions are being held here today. Well, there's nowhere to go today. It is a cold, kind of crummy day down here. First and 10 at the 20, and Humphreys will be going long. Quick pass to the right flat takes care of that idea. Harmon covered by Norton and forced out of bounds at the 25-yard line. 6-yard gain. Make it the 26. So 2nd down and 4. A minute 23 to play. They have no timeouts left.
This part of the game is a lot like water torture.
It's a different, huh?
Yes.
I think that they'd have sympathy for their fans and just run it out. Humphreys back to throw, but that's not the way you play any sport. Pass incomplete out at the 40-yard line. Coverage on the play by Dana Hall. The pass intended for Tony Martin, who has a touchdown catch today. Wayne, this is a big loss for the Chargers, I'll tell you. They are now 9-5, and now virtually everybody behind him is only a game behind him with all this, with these last 2 weeks left.
9-5, and at one time they were 6-0.
So Eric Davis actually closer than that play than Dana Hall. Humphreys back to throw and sends a long one way downfield, and somehow Tony Martin is behind everybody, and Dana Hall has to come over and make the tackle at the 20-yard line. Oh my goodness.
It was a great throw. That ball was in the air a long, long time.
54-yard play. Went right by Eric Davis down the sidelines, and Hall had to save the day by coming over to keep it from going all the way with 50 seconds to play. Here's Humphreys, goes back the other way. Pass is picked by Dion. He comes up the sideline to the 30, to the 40, to the 50. High steps to the 50 to beat the last tackler. High steps the rest of the way. He backward dances into the end zone. Another classic by Dion. 91 yards approximately on the interception.
He almost messed around and got caught by the quarterback, though. But then it did a sidestepping high kick as Stan Humphreys made a dive for him. Knew what he was doing all the time.
And if 91 is what it turns out to be, we're trying to catch it on the fly. That's only his second longest of the year. He had a 93-yard against his old pals from Atlanta.
Oh, brother. He is all entertainer, too, I'll tell you that. If they ever have an all-entertainer team.
Maybe even more amazing is, remember, he joined the team late in September. He already holds the single-season record for the 49ers in interception yardage returns. Here's the extra point by Doug Bryan. It is up and good. San Francisco takes a 38-15 lead with 32 seconds to go. Oh, man. Tim Harris escorting him to the end zone. And the Dion magic continues. One of the most amazing athletes we've ever had the privilege to watch. And Arizona pulled it out and beat Washington 17-15. How about that? Here it is again, Wayne. We have a monitor here. Maybe we can figure out just where he picked it off here.
Yeah, it looks like it's about a 91-yarder.
Great move in midfield on whoever that was coming across.
Like the old, what they used to high hurdle in the old days, the old scissor kind of kick.
Looks like it was playing hop, skip, and a jump there, like a little boy at 7 or 8 years of age, where he just sort of skipped down the sidewalk. As we said, he is. We knew that he'd become the #1 all-time interception leader. We just weren't sure of the yards, and we are now. Dwight Hicks at 239. Dion, remember, not a full season with the team, is already at 304. Boy. So at 38-15, Doug Bryan prepares to kick off. And the people that stayed got themselves a kick. I mean, I don't care who you're for, you got to enjoy an athlete of such remarkable talent and excitement. Here's the kickoff to Coleman. They're now calling it, by the way, 90 officially. Coleman comes up the right side, gets to the 30, crosses the 30 out near the 33-yard line. Tackle made over there by Peterson and Adam Walker. And now with 25 seconds to go, the Chargers come out again. And they really have got to get their act together for their last 2 weekends or destroy what was such a great start, a 6-0 season.
Yeah, I'm gonna give Humphrey a lot of credit for hustling over and trying to make that tackle on Dion. Not too many guys in that situation would put out like he did. That was a great effort, and he almost got him.
1st and 10 at the 32. 38-15. Humphrey straight back drop. Pass to the left side. Caught by Harmon, makes a nice cut, moves upfield to the 45, to the 40, and Norton, who he conned after he caught the ball, came back and then made the tackle down at the 40-yard line. 28-yard pass play, but only 8 seconds to go. San Diego's going to try to hurry and throw one to the end zone, but it doesn't make a lot of difference, and that's that. The game is over. So another exciting asterisk, exclamation point would be more accurate, by Deion Sanders to wrap up a 49er football game. That's the end of today's game in San Diego. The final score 38-15. 49ers back after these messages. And also we give you the San Francisco 49er drive of the game, brought to you by Mercedes. And where did I do with that? Yes, here it is. With 8:20 left in the fourth quarter, the Niners scored on a 1-yard touchdown run by William Floyd. After a 24-9 score, really wasn't enough to control the game. This one was, because it took a considerable period of time. It was 10 plays, 68 yards, and that score really put the game out of reach. So we're going to call that the San Francisco 49er drive of the game, brought to you by Mercedes.
Your authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer is pleased to offer the Mercedes-Benz C-Class. It starts at $30,950. Of course, it is available with fully automatic climate control, 8-speaker sound system, power sunroof, and driver and front passenger airbags. And when you take the price of all of this into consideration, something strange happens. The C-Class still starts at $30,950. Visit your authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer and take a look at the C-Class and discover how much car your money can buy.
See why sales are up over 35% in the Bay Area due to the introduction of the C-Class.
MSRP for a C220 excludes $475 transportation charge, all taxes, title documentary fees, registration, tags, dealer prep charges, insurance, optional equipment, certificate of compliance or non-compliance fees, and finance charges. Prices may vary by dealer.
And we're back here in San Diego, where San Francisco has beaten the Chargers 38-15. And our play of the game today, I should say, was by Tim Harris. It occurred on the very first series of the game, because the Chargers took the first opportunity they had with the ball in the game. They'd held the 49ers 3 and out, went right down the field, moved into position to score at least a field goal, passed it up. They had a 4th down and 8 and decided to go for it instead of taking what might have been a pretty logical 3-pointer by John Carney. And Tim Harris broke through for a 9-yard loss, and it really stopped the Chargers cold for such a long time. By the time they finally scored, it was already 21-0 San Francisco, so that turned out to be a very big deal. So we'll cover a lot of other things as we go along on our post-game shows, but right now our thanks to our broadcast crew. Our spotter today was Sal Campagna. Our statistician was Dave Ron. Today's broadcast engineered by Gray Odell and produced by Bob Texera. I'm Joe Starkey speaking for Wayne Walker. We hope you've enjoyed today's radio coverage and invite you to stay tuned for San Francisco 49er postgame programs. Final score this afternoon, San Francisco wins again, 38-15 over the Chargers. Today's San Francisco 49ers San Diego Chargers game broadcast has been sponsored in part by Great Western's family of companies with $37 billion.
Pants on one leg at a time. I launder my own slacks. I iron my own shirts. And I indulge in boxers that have little bears printed on them. Do the boxers do the job? Shoot. Do they offer?
Touchdown, and the Dolphins, they win this one going away. Could have been more. 45-28. Miami's in. Kansas City still alive, but they've got to win their final 2 games.
All right, now joining us live from the Fairmont Hotel in San Jose, looking sharp tonight.
Hey, guys.
How you doing? There he is, Pro Bowl tight end, Brent Jones, 12-2. Looking good.
Not too shabby. I have to let you guys know why I'm here, though.
Yes, why?
The first annual 49er Foundation Fashion Show. And as everybody knows, Lisa DeBartolo puts on quite a shindig, and this is no exception tonight. I think we have 20 to 25 players down here that are modeling. I don't do the modeling thing, so I'm out here. This is my excuse. I had to go on the air. So you can hear it in the background. The people are going crazy. There's probably 400 or 500 people in there, and they're having a great time. Luckily, we won the game.
Yep. But you're awful clean, Brett. Whether you're modeling or not, I see you got your Armani out. You're laid out, partner. I love it. Beautiful tie.
Hey, I got the look, guys. I'm just nervous walking down the runway with people yelling at you and your friends making fun of you.
All right. We'll be right back to you, Brent. Now, joining us in the studio, of course, our weekly guest, Chronicle sports writer Ira Miller. Hello, Ira.
Howdy.
And you look like you're ready for a fashion show with that tie, by the way.
Well, that's just to cover up the rest of me. But no, I'm not doing any fashion shows tonight.
All right.
So it's a 12-2 ride in a cakewalk from here on out, or what?
It's getting boring. It's the same story every week. I mean, the players themselves, they're worried about style points the way they're winning now.
But they got style.
They've got style.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you've got to count Dion, I mean, that's a lot of style points, huh?
Well, it wasn't easy in the early part of the season for Steve Young. He played behind a crippled offensive line, but never bellyached about the pounding he was taking. It's much better now, we all know that. His teammates didn't forget, and today they named him the winner of the Len Eschman Award, given annually to the 49er who best exemplifies inspirational and courageous play. Young and the Niners have rebounded big time from their early season problems, with the San Diego Chargers the most recent outfit to witness the team with the best record in the NFL right now. Steve Young got the game going against the Chargers, tossing a 13-yard pass on the first play of the game to who else but Jerry Rice. The game's all-time TD score wouldn't reach the end zone, but his 12 receptions for 144 yards sure went a long way, didn't they, in helping the Niners collect their 12th win. On San Diego's first possession, the Chargers moved the ball almost 50 yards, picking up 3 first downs in the drive. But then, on 4th and 8 at the San Francisco 31, Tim Harris delivers the Humphreys Dumpty. The 9-yard sack turned the ball back to the Niners and put $5 grand in Harris's bank account. Now with the ball in their hands again, Young caps off a 60-yard drive with a 10-yard toss to Brent Jones, who, yes, gives us his Edwin Moses imitation, hurdling his way in for 6. For Jones, his 9th TD of the season. And in the second quarter, Young and JT, John Taylor, they hook up to make it a 14-0 game. It was 21-0 when Ricky Waters crashed in off right guard, as the Chargers' collapse was apparent in this one. None more so than when Ken Norton Jr. picked off Stan Humphreys in San Diego's first play on their next possession.
I was in coverage on Ronnie Harmon. Ronnie Harmon turned one way, and the ball went the other way, and I just went toward the ball, and I was able to pick it up low off the ground.
Steve Young had 172 yards passing and 2 touchdowns in the first half. The 2 touchdowns give him 31 for the season. And yes, that ties the legend's mark, Joe Montana's record of 31 in 1987.
I'm just going to keep playing. I would rather, I feel like I've set a standard for myself that I'm actually out there trying to beat myself every week, and so I'll just keep doing that. So far it's been a great year, if we can throw more touchdowns, that's great.
We're just this little quiet team that's just working real hard, and heck, I don't even know if anybody knows the capability of this team, but we're just going to try to continue to win, and we said since the Detroit Lions game, we're going to take one play at a time and just fight, and whatever happens, happens.
Natron Means would grind his way 12 yards for a Charger score in the third, cutting the Niner lead to 21-9, but you know what? This one was over. And it was more fun for Gary Plummer to relate how he and Ken Norton watched the Cowboys lose on Saturday.
We watched it, and matter of fact, Ken Norton is right next door in his hotel room, and I thought that the walls were going to come tumbling down between the two of us pounding on the walls, and it's just a great feeling to watch Novacek slip and fall 1 yard shy of the touchdown they needed to win.
Oh, the 49ers didn't really need to put an exclamation point on their 9th straight win, but Deion Sanders did anyway. Why not? With a dancing, prancing 90-yard interception return with 32 seconds left.
High step.
He's not done yet.
Prime time.
We'll have a little more on that, too, later in the show tonight with Deion Sanders and an incident that took place, and we'll show you what happened after the game.
All right, wait, let's get to the key play.
Sure.
First key play, how can there be any key plays in a blowout? Anyway, we got some. The game was, well, the first far as the key play was concerned, the Chargers. They were driving for what would have been the first score of the game, their first possession. They gambled on 3rd down, then they gambled on 4th and 8 at the 31, passing up a field goal, and Tim Harris made his second big play in a row. I said not a gamble on 3rd down, but Harris stopped them on 3rd down. Here it is, 4th down. He gets the $5,000 into his payroll, Brent. Not bad with the sack for Tim Harris.
Not bad. I don't know if he's so excited because he gets the $5,000 or if we stopped him on 4th down, but either way, he likes to bring out those guns and shoot them, and Tim you see him just blowing by unblocked, and grabbing that quarterback and throwing him down, and that's a heck of a find. You don't find a whole lot of great sack artists off the beach in Santa Cruz.
That's true. And he made a couple of big plays, I thought, in the third quarter when they were trying to move. He came up big for you.
Yeah, you know, the big key for Tim is he kept himself in great shape, and he came in ready to play. You don't really find that when you have guys have a layoff. So he'd been in fantastic shape. He'd been working out with a workout fella, and he came in ready to play right now.
Brent, once again, a great day for you, an acrobatic one at that. That was something, the TD that put the Niners on the board. The first one, a beauty it was. What are you, Edwin Moses? What's happening here? I mean, you hurdle the defender and you flip into the end zone. I mean, this is unbelievable. Tell me about it.
You know, I like to score touchdowns, Dan. I just have one thing to say. I just want to ask everyone a question. How many people thought I could jump that high?
I'm telling you, that's big time. Did you, I mean, did it hurt at all?
You know, it's funny because after I spiked the ball, I almost fell down. I got a little groggy there. I was twisted. I couldn't focus very well. And you see me almost fall on my back out of my head. But I was pretty excited to get this. And I actually thought I was going to get stopped about the 1 or 2 yard line. But I like getting in the end zone. Those touchdowns are fun. So I'm giving it my best shot.
It's tough keeping up with Dion these days, isn't it?
It is tough. And I don't have the dance, but there's a little style right there.
That was about a 4-yard flight. I mean, I saw you took off about from the 4. And so, hey, that's quite a hurdle.
Well, it felt good, guys.
All right.
Not literally, but after I scored it.
Not landing on your head.
That's right.
The flight was all right. All right, we got some more show enough cooking key plays. I want you to stay with us, folks. We'll be right back.
1994 was a great year for your Ford dealer.
Quietly come on since getting his knee scoped a couple of months ago. Once again, he's becoming an integral part of the offense. For the 4th straight game, in fact, JT caught a touchdown pass. That's a new record for him. Young to John Taylor. And he is wide open to cap the scoring drive, the second scoring drive, a 4-yarder. JT, 5 grabs, 53 yards. Not a huge game, Brent, but my point is that he's becoming a factor, and they just can't ignore him.
Yeah, Martin, you see just his veteran abilities right here, just stopping in the hole in the zone, real tight. Just felt it, running a little spot route. Steve picked it up and nailed him with it, and that was great. And JT, 4 touchdowns in the last 4 games. That's saying something, and he is an integral part of this offense. And we need John Taylor to come up big for us in order to be where we want to be. And it's great to see him, and he's smiling, and he's a great presence around the locker room. We really enjoyed JT.
Brent is going to be talking shortly here on the show tonight to Steve Young, the quarterback, and the Len Ushmont winner, so don't run off. Brent, Ken Norton plays a great game. Stopped the run, came up with a great diving interception. The play, when he picks off Humphreys, I believe this was it, yeah.
Yeah, it was a heck of a catch, picking it off the ground like there. It looked like a receiver, and he tries to run right there. It looks kind of like a lineman, but nonetheless, Kenny made a heck of a play there for us, and he's been coming on strong. You know, he took some heat early on in the season, but he's gotten so used to the system now that he's just starting to dominate, and that's great. And he's just a very important leader on our defense out there and for the whole team. But I was really shocked to see him pick this one right off the ground. That's a tough catch right there without the official calling it a trap.
Yeah.
And so he's got some athletic ability, I guarantee you, and some great smarts. And it's great to see him feeling so comfortable that now that he can just go out and play without having to think too much. He can just react, and that's the best thing that you can do when you're a middle linebacker.
Norton has hands. Good hands.
He does.
Yeah, hey.
He can catch.
Speaking of good hands, Brent, Jerry Rice came up big again. I mean, although not adding to his record touchdown total, JR got 12 catches, 144 yards, and he was, again, the go-to guy for Steve. It seemed that way anyway. Rice also reached some milestones in this game, becoming the 3rd player in history to get over 13,000 yards receiving. He also caught his 800th ball. We're going to take a look at one of the early receptions. This helped set up, I think, the first touchdown drive. And this next reception is number 800. And that's a lot of catches, folks. Let's think about it. Yeah, 800. A lot of hits. And the guy has never really missed a game because of injury. It's phenomenal.
The darn guy is just unbelievable, and it's just such a pleasure to play with him. And he just keeps coming up big for us all the time and running those slants. And there's not a more courageous receiver in the NFL, going over the middle, getting smacked. And he is just the epitome of toughness, and it's great. And for him to have those catches, I think his record is 100 catches, and he's at 99 right now. So you can only imagine how many he's going to have in the next couple of games. So he's going to blow that record right out of the water.
They couldn't stop the slant.
No.
I mean, all day you were running it.
Yeah, well, there's not a whole lot of teams that have stopped Jerry Rice running the slant, and John Taylor as well. And so if people continue to give it to us, we'll continue to take it.
All right, Brent, you're doing a little fashion number there tonight. We thought maybe we could check you out on your style critique. It wasn't a key play in the outcome yesterday, but the pick and the return for 6 by Sanders only shows what a key player he has been this season for the Niners. But we thought, Brent, we'd offer, let you have your own chance on your own report card here on Dion's interception return with the punt return by Ernest Givens of the Oilers yesterday. We're talking style points, Brent, so have a look here now. Tell me what you think. There they are, both of them.
Okay, well, of course you know who I'm going with the speed. Okay, he's high-stepping right there, so that's saying, hey, I'm not even at full speed and I'm blowing by everybody. Then he's got the high leg, then he's got the kick, then the dance, the shuffle. Oh. Now the dive move was good, but the shake is old. You know, that's 10 or 12 years old. It doesn't have the style of the dance. I mean, that move, I've tried in front of the mirror to do that Dion move, and I just can't get it down.
So neither one of them needed.
I'm going to have to stay. Ernest Givens, I was impressed. I really liked the forward roll, and he came up shaking. But Dion, he's just got the style.
So they should stay with the same choreographers that they have, I guess.
Both very tremendous.
All right. Well, listen, there was an incident after Dion did his dancing in the end zone that makes you appreciate that no bottles or cans are allowed in NFL stadiums, Brent. As he was leaving the field, heading for the tunnel to the locker room, some slug in the stands, already filled to the brim, no doubt, threw some form of liquid on Sanders, not once, but twice. Dion said he thought it was beer. Security folks went into the stands to try and get whoever it was. Sanders was not a happy guy. He didn't want to talk to anybody in the locker room after the game. Did you speak to him at all about it?
You know, he didn't say anything about it, and I think, you know, you're very emotional after a game. You don't need anybody throwing beer on you, and that's the security people need to do a better job. But I don't blame him for being a little upset. You know, you go out there, you play hard, and you have people dumping beer on you. You know, he's played in Major League Baseball where beer is probably the least thing that they dump on you. They throw batteries and all kinds of stuff. So I just think it's to the point now where we just can't have that from the fans, and I think he was just a little frustrated. You know, these athletes need to be protected a little better.
Okay, Brent, hang with us, because when we return, Chronicle writer Ira Miller has some thoughts, and yeah, he's got a report card. You'll like it, Brent.
Yes, as you can see, he's been here with us tonight and does every Monday night from the Chronicle, Ira Miller, who's going to offer his report card. But you're impressed with another guy tonight.
Yeah. We've already talked a little bit about Ken Norton and what he did in this game, and there's been a lot of talk about him all year. He didn't play well early. People were saying, was he worth his big contract, or was he not worth his big contract? Remember, of all the guys the 49ers signed as free agents this year, Norton got the biggest deal. Earlier in the year, he said he was having trouble with the system, struggled. But it looks like ever since the Dallas game, Norton has stepped up his game. The last month, he is playing very good football. Yesterday, by far, his best game. He talked about the interception. He made plays all day long, right from the beginning. Second play from scrimmage, pass to the tight end. Norton's right there out in the flat to break it up. And a little bit of celebrating. Second quarter, Chargers running. 3rd and 1, Natrone means that should be a gimme, right? Not this time. Norton comes in. Next thing you know, Natrone and his guard are a little upset at each other because they're both in a pile. A punt. Later in the game, screen pass to Ronnie Harmon. Same result. Norton's right there, still going. He's in the flat. He's down the field covering. He's in the backfield making tackles. All in all, you have to say it was not a bad day's work for him.
And did you see the way of celebrating?
Yeah.
I mean, his dad was the heavyweight champ. When he celebrates like that, I got to go for it.
That's nice to see that instead of the dancing. See something a little different.
Oh, hey, it all counts. All right, let's take a look at the report card. What does he got? Come on, Ira.
Report card
I could do this one.
Yeah, I mean, the report card stuff, it's getting tough. It's getting boring every week. I mean, the players have become their own biggest critics now. There's not much you can be critical about when you win 9 in a row by an average of 20 points. You know, what do we have on offense? 4 drop passes, a fumble by Young, big deal. What's important about the offense right now is the way Steve Young continues to play and the way the offensive line has come together after all those injuries. And this game may have been the best job they've done in pass protection. Young had plenty of time all day. Defensively, we've talked about Norton. Bryant Young, huge game in the defensive line, especially after Stubblefield got hurt. Strength of the defense has been in the secondary. Not so yesterday. They had a bit of an off day. I think part of the problem was the coaches had them in a soft zone after the 49ers got a big lead. Chargers got a lot of yards passing. And until Dion makes his interception, the game was a lot closer than it should have been. Steve Young said it afterward. The 49ers need to stay mean and nasty. They need to play their game, and that means even when they're ahead, keep playing your defense.
So your only criticism is that they kind of turn it on and turn it off when they want to. Huh?
Yeah, they get into that soft. I don't like that soft zone. It's reminiscent of the prevent defense.
Prevent victory, right?
Yeah.
Young doesn't like it either. It doesn't sound like.
I don't think the defensive players like it either.
Okay, all right. When we return, Brent Jones is going to have a word with the Lynn Eshmont winner, of course, quarterback Steve Young.
Some of the greatest players in 49er history have won this, and this year the award is going to go to one of my best buddies and my longtime roommate, Steve Young. And just before we started here tonight, I had a chance to grab a few minutes with him pulling around. Well, I'm standing here with a very important person, the 1994 Len Eshmont Award winner. Steve, what does it mean to be voted the Len Eshmont Award winner by your teammates?
First of all, it's very difficult to have you interview me. It was a great award. I mean, everyone's voting on it in a room, all my teammates, and to think that they thought that much of me means a lot to me. It's the second time, and I can't really imagine trying to fulfill their expectations of me, but I'm going to try to do it the rest of the year.
Wow. You know, this is incredible interviewing you. That's a heck of an answer.
That's a great question. You're really doing well. You look
thank you. You know, I'm sick and tired of people asking me if you're in a zone. I keep saying yes. Are you in a zone?
I'm in a zone. I feel the zone. I'm definitely in a zone right now.
Clearly in a zone. There you have it. Right here.
Right from the horse.
I'll tell you, Scoop. They just call me Scoop Jones. No, but really, all kidding aside, it's a very important award. We're very excited to be on this role, and this is the guy that's been responsible for it. So let's keep it up, huh? What do you think? Super Bowl? Are you making any predictions?
Yeah, we're making some predictions. If we keep playing well, we can be right there.
Are you going to keep making speeches after the game?
No more speeches. It was just a reminder. It wasn't a speech, it was a reminder.
And the most important thing is, how has your roommate been this year?
My roommate has been a little bit difficult at times, especially when I wasn't getting the ball, but now things are starting to work out.
I never begged for the ball, guys. I want to tell you the truth. So here he is, Len Eshmont Award winner. MVP. He's going to be all of the things.
Close this thing down. That's it.
Man, we can come out together before.
Brent, you have no shame, Brent. You have no shame. You just brought it out. Ask for that compliment. How's the roommate doing? You have no shame.
It is so hard. It took us forever just to be serious to start the darn thing. We just
well, you grilled him. You put him under like 60 Minutes style, and way to go. You got to take that act on the road. Really, I like it. It'll work.
We should be on film sometimes. You guys would get a kick out of it.
We got to take a break. We're going to be back with some more in just a few seconds. And Ira Miller. Good night. See you Monday.
40 for 95. It's totally redesigned.